It was from where again?
He is from Pennsylvania, I believe. Pennsylvania, right, Epic? Howdy, Epic. There we go. And we're live. We're here.
Maine. Okay.
Maine, right. Right. Who's from Pennsylvania? Shell is from
Shell.
Pennsylvania. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
right.
I did remember somebody was. I just didn't.
That's right. Maine. I should have known that. I'm eating supper. That's how we're starting this stream. Okay. First I'm gonna pop up the word of the day. Let's get that out of the way right away. Have you ever wondered when someone calls someone a pussy, where it comes from? It does not come from the female genitalia. It comes from the word, let's see if I can get it here, pusillanimous, lacking strength and firmness of mind, wanting in courage and fortitude, being weak of courage. Being of weak courage, faint-hearted, mean-spirited, and cowardly. That's what a pussy means. So when you call someone a pussy, oh yeah, there you go. Mrs. Doe answered. She's home right now, so she's actually going to get to see one of these episodes live. Welcome,
Uh-oh.
Mrs. Doe. Good luck with that. Are you sure? Are you really sure you wanted to be here? Because I'm starting off hot. I'm starting it off
That's
hot.
great. I love that. That is such a great way to start out, actually.
Oh, I'm gonna double down, Darren. I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna do a
Uh-oh.
land acknowledgement.
Land.
Land acknowledgement. You know all those land acknowledgements, that are going on everywhere.
Well, I've heard something about him. Yeah.
Well, here you go. This is my land acknowledgement. I'd like to begin by recognizing that the gathering takes place on traditional homeland of the Canadian people. We acknowledge the earliest settlers, the English, the French, the Scottish, the Irish, who built this country from nothing. Fishermen, farmers, voyagers, homesteaders, loggers, railway workers, miners, and builders who crossed the ocean, carved towns from wilderness, and laid track across a continent, and helped forge a dominion of Canada through hardship, sacrifice, and ambition. We recognize the British traditions of parliamentary government, French foundations of civil and cultural life, as well as the brave soldiers who fought and bled to protect our unique way of life. May we honor their legacy not merely with words, but by preserving the civilization, heritage, and institutions they entrusted to future generations. Long live Canada. Thank you very much. That's my TED Talk. I'll be out of here.
Actually, I that's not where I thought you were going. I mean, I like that, but that's not where I thought you were going.
Where did you think I was going?
I thought you were going to play off your word of the day,
Nope. Nope.
and
Well,
and and then go into our sponsor.
oh, okay. No. And our sponsor is unrelated.
Oh, okay.
Our sponsor is related to a completely different topic, and it's in honor of my wife.
Oh, she's home for this too.
And she's home for this too. It's an I love you, call your mom, buddy, that will automatically allow you to press a button and have you call your mother on Mother's Day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because somebody got kind of shafted yesterday. I even have a secondary one with the Mother's Day guilt hoot. Oh, you're very close to your camera there.
Oh, sorry, I'm moving around here.
Yep. For the child who has everything except mom on speed dial.
Perfect. That's actually awesome. Oh, jeepers. Yes, that was an important day yesterday.
Yes, it was, and I know how you feel about it because your mom's no longer here. My mom's no longer here, so we don't have that opportunity anymore. But we don't realize that when it's gone, when it's there. Sometimes we can forget that these people, these major people in our lives, won't be there forever.
Yes.
So
I mean, I
'cause
had a nice day yesterday, but
yeah, because let's be honest, they feel, you always felt like your parents were going to be around forever. They were invincible. They you never thought about losing them, especially as children or as younger adults. But as you get into the older adult stage, right? You got to realize that there's going to be a time where they're not going to be there, and you will miss it.
well, that's actually advice that I give to everybody is you just don't know when they're going to be gone. And that goes for mother, father, brothers, like whatever, right?
And it goes for any time of the day, anytime. Like we always say, you could walk outside and get hit by a bus, right? But we tend to forget that when it comes to people that we forget about in our lives.
Well, and that's why I'm going to take my CPP this year.
Yep. So, anyways, that was for Mrs. Doe. With her in mind of that one. Like I was feeling rough.
No, I got to spend it with Michelle and her mom, so that's good.
Well, that's good. Yeah. So, yeah, no, none of this tied in today. The land acknowledgement, the word of the day, and the product placement. None of this was tied in. It was kind of that way of a week, though. I struggled all week, and then this weekend we did some yard work, and it kind of kicked my ass. So I made that those things just this morning.
Well, you just have to have the idea, right?
Yeah. And I had
By the
nothing for
sounds of it,
ideas.
I haven't explored that much, but by the sounds of it, you just have to have the idea.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you have there's a difference between like some of the ones I've made, like the Crackhead energy drink. I had it right down to the face I wanted to see and everything. Like I had to describe everything out. But sometimes if you have an idea, you can let AI be a little bit more customizable, a little bit more creative on its own, and it comes up with stuff like this. Because I didn't know how I was going to do this, but I thought that's kind of what I want to make. Sorry, I'm eating over here to the side, so my head bobs up and down.
All kinds of things going on.
Yeah. See, chicken, macaroni, and broccoli. There we go.
What kind of chicken?
Fried chicken. Actually, it's fried. It's fried chicken from Giant Tiger. The frozen stuff, and in a bag, and it's pretty good. We used to get it from this type of chicken from the Warehouse Club all the time. But last time I was at the Warehouse Club, I couldn't find any. So when Mrs. Doe was out looking for some clothes for work, she happened to pick up some at Giant Tiger. So.
And like whole chicken, like pieces. I mean,
Pieces, yeah, yep.
Yeah. Like leg, thigh, wings.
Just like KFC, yep.
Oh.
But not greasy. Like it's really not greasy. I'm quite enjoying that.
Yeah.
I do miss some gravy, but I can live without the gravy.
Could always buy gravy too.
Well, I could always make some, but I was just not feeling it at this point.
Right.
I did last time we had chicken. I made gravy, but
Well, I wonder how much gravy KFC sells, just gravy.
that's a great question. And that's a Googleable answer.
That's
So
a Googleable.
Googleable. Yeah, my throat's it's coming along, but it's still iffy here and there. So let's Google that.
That's not an easy word to say, no matter what.
Googleable, yeah.
So I sent you that thing about. Did you see that? I don't. About that tip. the server was upset at their,
Oh yes, yes,
how
I
much,
did.
now whether that's a true statement or not, whether that really happened, I don't know. But it just kind of made me wonder how in tune some of these people are with their math.
Yeah, right. Well, not only that,
Well,
that's new math according to the U.S. That's new math called new math. You know.
new,
Oh yeah, have you not heard about new math?
oh no, I'm, no.
They've decided that math is racist and there's a new way to do it, which is long and complicated and convoluted and ridiculous.
It's, it's racist.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, you got to explain how that, or how do they believe that's racist?
Because some people don't do as well in math as others, which makes it
I'm
racist.
wondering.
Well,
Oh, so
yeah,
I wasn't using the system when I was younger
you were
properly.
not using the system properly.
What happens? How come no one told me?
Oh, but wait, you can't use it that way because it can't be racist against you. So there is that
Huh.
that it's, and not to get into all this bullshit, but
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have asked that question, I guess.
yeah, because I could go off on a tangent there.
Problem is, I'm so darn curious about everything.
And that's okay.
Well, it is, except that because I am, there's Shell on.
Hey, Shell. Oh, thank you.
Um, um, it's not that I have a long-term curiosity, it's just things pop into my head and I'm curious about it, and then I move on. Well, some things stick there, right? But
Oh yeah.
if it's not if it's not interesting, I move on. I mean,
Hmm. I totally get that. I understand that too. There's things that the stupid thing is I have this retention system that pusillanimous. Will I ever need it again? No. But now I know it and I'll know it forever.
yeah, I'm glad I have some things that stick with me like that, but not nearly as many as you do. So that's what I mean. I'm curious about stuff. I learn it, and it's like, well, that wasn't as interesting as I thought, and then I forget it.
Well, I guess there's not actually a number of that I can find for KFC gravy in a year. I guess they don't measure it really. I mean,
Well,
they would measure pieces and parts, but
I there's so much stuff right now popping up on the internet. It's just crazy.
oh, I know.
But it is the internet, right? So you got to be careful.
But let's go back to tipping. Okay. I have a problem with tipping culture in the first place. In the States,
Oh, okay.
it's completely unfair because employers are allowed to give this lowered wage and then expect the customer to pay more, um, even if the service is bad, and that's just not appropriate. We need
Right.
there's some place like Japan. Japan is not a tipping culture, and they actually feel offended if you tip.
Huh.
It's a, yeah, they get offended if you tip. It's a weird thing, but the prices are baked in. They're what you see is what you get. You don't pay anything else. You give your thanks. You know, you're arigato, domain. You know, um, and that's what they expect. They expect you to show your appreciation by acknowledging them, not by paying them more. But one of the problems has come where in the States in particular, because up here in Canada, servers still get minimum wage. there's nobody that doesn't get minimum wage up here. So it may not be a completely livable wage, but at the same time, it's not something you can't live on. You know, down in the States where they get this measly amount per hour with the expectation that tips are going to supplement their income, right? Now, it does two things. A lowered wage like that does actually increase the server's willingness to be a good server, to go that extra mile, to be exceptional, fun, make your experience better. I find that up here in Canada, that can wane because they're already making, and then they have this expectation on top of that. Your service can be hit or miss up here. There's some servers I'll definitely tip. Our son actually tipped somebody a penny, and they said, "Did you mean to do that?" And he goes, yes, I did. Because they have this expectation of tips, but not the expectation to put the service towards the tips.
Well, that's kind of where I was kind of going with the whole thing, because, well, I mean, you have family that work in that industry, or I don't know if she still does, but did.
Yeah, she does.
And so do I. And I mean, don't get me wrong, someone tips me, I love it. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't expect it. That's, for me anyways, I just don't expect it. That's,
yeah.
and it doesn't change my service either.
Well, and that's the way it should be, right? If you're in the service industry, you have to be in the service industry to serve. Okay, let's get it out of the way right away. If you can't handle the service industry, don't go into it. But if you're in the service industry, put your best foot forward to everybody, whether they tip or not. You're more likely to get tips. Right. But if you don't go crybabying because you didn't get it, right?
Right. Well, and I think part of it too is how much is expected, right?
Yeah. Oh, and it's gone up. It's gone from 10, 15% to 20, 30, 40% now. It's in the case that we're looking at that you sent me.
Yeah.
What was the percentage there?
It was like, Michelle did the math. I think it was like 23% or something.
Yeah. I was just going to go and look at it because I couldn't remember exact.
It was I found it. Well, initially what I found kind of funny about it was, well, they just got mad right off. Like, oh, you're just rounding up. Yeah. Well, actually, hold on a second. Do the math.
And if you do the math, it's more than 15%. Like it right away, you look at it and you look at the total bill. Okay. Total bill is $16.20. That's $1.60 at 10%. Okay. He gave $3.80.
Right.
I generally only give 10%. I do not give 15%.
Yeah.
I mean, I will give 15%. I'll give more than 15% if the server is that good. I have been known to drop a $20 tip because the server was just that good.
Yeah. Well, and it's not just service either. Like, I mean, they may not look at it this way. I personally do. You're there to entertain too.
A little bit, yeah. And there's this one fellow.
I don't mean entertain in the way of like a movie or
no,
or a play or anything, but I mean, let's talk about meals, I guess.
Engage. You're there to engage a customer. You're not there to entertain necessarily, but engage. You got to be you're part of their dining experience. Make yourself a positive part of that dining experience.
Right.
And that's
you should make it a good experience for them. If you make it a good experience, people are going to tip you regardless, whether you expect it, want it, or, I mean, it'll just happen because they're enjoying themselves.
Exactly. So, sorry, I don't eat fried chicken with my fingers.
Oh, well, it is kind of messy, you have to admit.
I'm one of those people who I'll take a fork and a knife and I'll dissect my fried chicken. I know not everybody believes in that and they think I'm kind of weird, but I was a meat cutter for Pete's sakes. I can dissect anything.
Well, people might think you're weird, but it's not only because you cut your chicken, Bob.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. I mean, we've all seen my cursed products. So we started
So
playing.
just one of those things, I mean, when Michelle showed me that, I just thought, man, there's just so many things wrong with that.
Oh, absolutely. And you know that's one of the problems with the culture that the tipping culture that has been passed down, right? Is that there are so many things wrong. There's an expectation, and then you get a whole level of entitlement coming from the people who are now of the age to tip, right? So they feel like they're entitled to it, or who are in the service industry now, not who tip,
Oh,
but sorry, I said that backwards. It's the ones who are now in the service industry who now feel entitled to this exorbitant tip, whether they do a good job or not. And it's like, no, you don't. Who taught you how to do things? That's not how life works, people.
well, I think a lot of that too, like, because I know in past we've talked about, like it's the parents' job to raise their kids and everything.
Well, you'd
Um,
like to think that way, and we took it upon ourselves to raise our kids, but and wholeheartedly. I mean, Mrs. Doe and I took it on so deep that we spent money and time to not send them to school and make sure they got properly educated at home, right?
right.
So there are some people that take that seriously, but not a lot of people do. And they default to allowing institutionalized education to raise their children for them. Institutionalized education doesn't tell them how to do their taxes, how to make a monthly budget, how to budget for food and make food, you know. There's a
Yeah.
whole lot missing that 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 has been neglected um, because people have and sadly they need to use institutionalized education as a daycare rather than somewhere you send them to to learn how to read, write, and do arithmetic. Because
Yes.
nowadays, how do most parents live on two incomes?
Yep. Well, we've discussed that too. And
Yeah.
no, I mean, like I said, I just think it should be affordable enough that people, if you only want to have one worker in the family, you should be able to do that.
You know, and I saw um, the perfect image for it the other day. Um, I might actually be able to find it. Maybe I saved it. You think I might have saved it? Probably not, but um, anyways, it had this woman in a dress out in the garden with the kids running around. She's doing some gardening and stuff like that. And the kids are there and a nice bright sunny day. And beside it is this image of a woman in a suit with bags under her eyes sitting in front of a desk with papers and a computer on it. And it said that women gave up this to get this. And it's true. They gave up stability,
Yep.
home life, security, and the nuclear family, which I believe was the happier family, and put themselves in, and that was because of women's lib. Women's lib said, "Well, you're not equal to a man unless you go out and do it." Who said you had to be equal? You're not doing the same jobs as a lot of men, anyways. Who said you had to be equal? You're equal in as a person, but why do you think you have to go and make money if you could stay home and take care of the kids, which is a nurturer's job? A nurturer's wants to do that.
Yeah. Right. Well, and I mean, let's face it, that is a job. It's
Yeah.
just
Oh
something.
yeah.
It's parenting, but it's like any other job. It's just generally they don't get paid for it. Like,
Yeah. You know,
but I mean, what is equal though, right? I mean, you can
yeah.
be someone's equal. I mean, what makes you equal because you do the same job, or like,
Or are
why
out
does
working. Yeah.
yeah?
You,
Well, a working period, yeah.
yeah, because to be equal just means that you have the same rights and abilities. I mean, and I heard one woman say that oh, she had a lot to say and now it's all jumbled in my mind. Why double up on the jobs? It happens in a lot of cases. Yeah. Um, she was explaining how um, if men were to go away, if you could live your life, there's a lot of feminists out there that are strictly anti-men. Like they say there's no use for men. Society would prosper without men. Well, let's look at the facts. Who would be the firefighters? Who would be most of the police? Who would be um the building makers, the guys who go up on the skyscrapers and make buildings? Um, most engineers, most you know, there's a whole host of jobs that are too physically taxing or too um difficult for average women to take on by themselves.
I
In
said
a
it's good that you said that because there are women that are strong enough to do that.
Oh, absolutely. There's no denying. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't intend to lower the um. I'm not saying women are lesser. I'm
No,
saying women
I
are
no, I wouldn't
different.
call.
Yeah, I'm just saying women are different.
Oh,
Even Mrs.
Michelle and I
Stowe.
talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Even
like, why is it that people just cannot understand? Men and women are different.
yeah. We can be
We
equal and
are.
different at the same time.
Well, you can be equal and be different.
Yeah.
I
These are
mean,
not
not every two guys are the same either. But
exactly.
are they equal?
Yeah.
Depend. I get it. I mean, it goes back to that whole definition thing. What are you defining as equal?
Mhm. Equal in the
I
sense
think
of
in a lot of cases we define equality as like being able to do the same thing. Well, not all two men can do the same. Not all two women can do the same. And I mean, whatever people choose to believe as far as how men and women became on this earth, it's somehow men and women are different, right? So,
and that's a good
I
thing.
mean,
You recognize that equality has different meanings and different for different things too, right? Because
right.
there is equality in ability. There's equality in being, which is that men and women are equal in being, as we are both humans who deserve the same respect, um, the same rights, the same, you know, there's the equality of being and then there's the equality of ability where that is different equality, and that's where equality is not a defining sense, and that's where um it's become equality, but not equality in what, you know.
You can be equal and you can be not equal and be the same thing. It just depends what you're applying it to, right?
Exactly, yeah. Because I mean, if you're looking at and this goes to men and women's sports. I know,
Oh,
touchy subject. I don't care.
yeah, no, no, I don't have a problem with that one either. I mean, getting into that topic because you and I are on the same side of the fence with that, with your
Yeah,
belief, I believe,
and
for
if you're
sure.
not, I'm sorry, I don't care, because no man, like the Olympics never should have let a man beat up a woman. I believe now, and here's the thing about equality. Okay, let's dive into it. If we're talking true equality, I've always believed that I would never hit a woman because my power, and believe me, it's great, would outshine any woman out there. Okay, because I'm a big guy. I'm a guy, 19-inch arms, and I used to lift 220-pound quarters of beef to my shoulder with no problem. Right? Sure, I got
Yeah.
pain, but I've still got power. So I would never hit a woman because I believed that that was unequal. Okay. But now you
Yeah.
have all of these women rights activists saying, oh, we're equal, we're equal, we're equal. And women are getting more violent because of it towards men. And I'm at the place where I don't believe they should have ever led into the Olympics a guy who beat up a woman in professional sports. That should never happen. You knew what was going to
Oh,
happen. You knew what was going to happen right away. There's a reason that most most women don't go into men's sports, and they have their own women's league. Look at the women's NBA. Why aren't these women playing against the men if we're equal?
yeah.
Okay, but it's because no boxing, specifically boxing. There was a male wrestler from uh, who said he was a woman. We all knew he wasn't. Wouldn't do the tests or anything like that. Was allowed to beat up um, a female boxer, and he demolished her. She was not good afterwards, and
Yeah.
it was just wrong. It was wrong. Yeah, this is physical strength, and that's where men inherently have an unequal ability. We are even some of the smallest men are stronger than the average woman because that's how our bodies are: more muscle, more mass, more power.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, the bodies are just different.
yeah. So, and that's where I have
Well, you brought this up too. I mean, it's not like not all women think that way. Like,
no.
I mean, like Michelle understands it. She's like, no, I mean, like we are different.
It
Just
misses Doe
accept.
too,
Let like different people can live together. People like, what's so hard about that?
and it's not us. It's not one person living like that. Doesn't mean I'm trying to take away um your rights as a human. Okay, let's
Right.
go back into men and women's sports. Okay,
That's really a big thing. That's kind of the big
yeah,
what starts it all for us,
yeah.
right?
Wrestling could be much the same, other than the hit. Well, wrestling isn't real, so this was a real sport. This
Well,
was,
no, it depends what wrestling you're talking about.
yeah.
Because there's wrestling in the Olympics, right?
Oh, I guess, yeah. But I don't see very many. I haven't seen many men go into women's wrestling. But whatever sport is, the sport it is.
That's because the women won't let them. I think there's lots of men that would like to.
And that's fair, but that also goes towards the same. Um, oh yeah, there would be no way a woman could match up against a man in UFC. Period. Even on in the same weight class. Guaranteed. It would be so wrong, and it would be brutal, and it's scary to think about that. But there are women, but there are men who will say they're women to fight against women, and that in itself is wrong as well, because um that's for one thing, it's a mental illness. Let's be honest. There used to be a thing called, you remember Mash, Klinger on Mash.
Yeah.
He was always trying to get a Section 8 to prove he was mentally ill by wearing dresses. Okay. The fact is, you can't change who you are and what you are. You can, and I know you like this one. You can stand in a garage and call yourself a car, but that doesn't make you a car.
No, it doesn't. No, it does not.
Okay. Be who you are. Listen, I don't care. It doesn't affect me until it comes to the point where you're messing with kids or my family. If as long as you're doing what you want to do and not involving me or mine or it doesn't matter to me. But it started to intrude into our lives where um they're pushing stuff that shouldn't be pushed. the vulnerable, yeah. So, and I don't know where I was going with the first thought with the aside from the fact that men and women are different. I always thought that I would never hit a woman, but women are getting more violent towards men. And I'm starting to understand that if you want equal rights and you get equal rights, you're not going to be happy in that matter of fact.
I mean, we can go, like, even take this away from this. Even you talk about like any of the ideologists, I think that's the right way.
Mhm.
Like their thinking is just, I'm right. And you should listen to me and you should do what I want. And I mean, that's pretty simplified, but I mean, to me,
No,
from
no,
looking at it outside, that seems what
you
it
hit
is. It's like,
you hit the nail on the you hit the head on the nail on the head. It's not what's best for society, what's best for those around us. It's what I want. And again, we go back to that entitlement, right?
well,
Mm.
like, I mean, I agree with your one statement there. It's like, I really don't care what people want to do.
No.
I'm not, I'm not in any position to tell people like what they should and shouldn't do or what they're doing is wrong.
Hey,
I mean,
dragons.
I catch myself sometimes and it's like, wait a minute, that is none of my business.
Well, and that's the thing.
Until you make it,
Until you make it their business, right?
until you drag those people in, right?
Yeah. So if you're if you don't want someone's opinion, hey dragons, how you doing? If you don't want someone's opinion, don't put it into their face. Period. You have chips. Nice. I have lots of chips over there. And people are black and white. You're right, Mrs. Doe. People are all about the black and white, forgetting that there are gray areas. I mean, I'm not a black and white. I mean, let's be honest. The LGB, after the LGB, you lose me. I'm fine with LGB. I don't care. They've
Oh,
they've never tried to indoctrinate me. They've never tried to, um, you know, I'm fine with them. You live your life, be happy, do what you want to do. That's your business, right? It
mhm.
starts after the LGB that they started to want you to, and it's the need for um, acceptance, right? It's the requirement that you accept it rather than saying they're wrong, right? And it goes for everybody. The requirement to accept rather than be um, be thought of as wrong. It goes to everybody, like to all the ideologues that you were saying. It's what I want, so I'm right. But
Well, yeah, I mean, like, well, for me, I really don't care. I don't care. Like, you do you. That's fine. I mean, like one line I talked about, or that it brings to mind when I'm talking about that, is bathrooms and who uses what bathroom. Like, I don't know if I would be like, my kids are older now. I've seen little memes out where you got this big guy standing in front of the ladies' bathroom, and this guy that's dressed as a woman wants to go in there, and he goes, "Nope, my daughter's in there. You're not going in there." And that's where I have a like I said, I don't care. But just because you're a guy that wants to be a woman, I don't think you should be looking at little girls.
exactly, if
And
my
and
granddaughter's in a bathroom, in a public bathroom, I'm standing at the door.
yeah, well, that I figured you'd be that kind of guy.
Yep.
And I don't know if it was you that said it or Mrs. Doe, but like the vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, once we get past that age where whether people can figure things out on their own or not is, but once you're an adult, then you're on your
Yeah.
own. More so, I mean, more so than not. You're just, sorry, you've grown up. So now you're learn how to live life. I mean,
Okay, I'm gonna put a funny up here real quick. Um,
that's okay. We could use the funny. We were getting a little.
well, no, this is a guy funny. It's definitely a guy funny. Let's add the image. Desktop, because I saw this the other day and I'm going, yeah, that's how what women see in the bathroom versus what guys see in the bathroom. There. Guys know, every guy knows this. If you're a guy, you know this. This is what you see. Right? Am I wrong? There is always one in between. Women don't understand that, but
You're
guys
skipping.
do. But I thought this was kind of funny because I'm going, yeah, yeah. Just leave a spot in between,
Yes.
which is hilarious because there's a group called Little Big, and they do this video called I'm Not an Alcoholic. It was quite hilarious, to be honest. But there's 1 second there. I was just gonna delete that. There was one scene in it where two guys are in the bathroom and they're both drunk, and one guy starts to fall over and the other guy grabs over and holds him up by it and shakes it off, and I'm going, no, there should have been a spot in between there.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I thought you'd think that was funny because I did.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah.
And no offense to gay people, but I mean, because like I said, I don't care.
Yeah.
Be you, be happy, have a good life.
Everybody should be happy. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, right?
But being happy and supporting a delusion are two different things, right?
Well, I was gonna say, like, what people like we're talking about right now. I mean, you and I know each other long enough, and it's like we're not the kind of people. I mean, people maybe aren't are going to take a while to understand that and see that, but we don't hate people. Like we
No.
don't have a hate on for people. Um,
Mm.
I mean,
I will caveat.
why, and I try not to use the word hate because hate is such a word that it's to me it's a very strong word.
It
Right?
is, yeah.
And it's not necessary. I've learned it's not necessarily the people. Sometimes it's just what they do. They can be good people. They're just they've been led down or have gone down the wrong path.
And
I
that's
think
where
most
I was going to
most
caveat
people
it there.
probably admit that we've all gone down the wrong path at some point.
Yep.
But
And I was
I mean,
going to
go
caveat
ahead.
that because I don't hate people, but I do hate stupidity, especially some stupidity. And you
Right.
should hate stupidity
Yep.
because
Well, and even I catch myself lots of times, like I'll say, why is that person being stupid, or why is that person doing something stupid? And sometimes, yes, why am I doing something stupid? But it's sometimes it's just uninformed, right? Uninformed, you don't know, or you don't know how to do something.
Mhm. Well,
So,
and there's a lot of people out there that don't understand how to self-evaluate.
oh,
They don't
yeah,
they can't look at
we
themselves. Yeah. And I'm horrible for self-evaluating. If I do something stupid, I beat myself up.
oh yes, it drives me nuts. I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate
Hmm.
it. Sorry, I do hate that. I hate
Yeah,
doing something stupid.
I know, me too. And I will beat
Yeah,
myself up over the smallest thing.
yeah.
But because we self-evaluate, we try to better ourselves through self-evaluation, but there's a lot of people who just don't do that, who haven't got the skills, who haven't got the capacity.
Well, and it's funny, uh, like you talk about that. It's like when I'm beating myself up about something I've done, believe me, the last thing I need is someone piling on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, you know, at work or something, a comment's made and stuff, well, that's fine. Not now, but just in previous. But it's like, okay, you don't have to harp on it. And that's where you got to know your friends, your staff, your whatever, whoever you're dealing with, right? If they're the kind of people that do beat themselves up, you saying something is not going to be anything.
It's no worse
not
than
anything
what they're
bad.
doing. No worse than what they're doing to themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what me and Michelle joke about that lots too. Is like, you got to read the room, man. It's there's. I used to be one of those day night people, right? Where it was one or the other, black, white, whatever terminology you want to use. I didn't see the gray areas and things. I still believe we should be as black and white as possible. But you have to adapt and make those gray areas sometimes, because it's the only way to get something done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
And
a
actually,
couple of too.
I mean, going back to make sure you don't offend anybody, I would like to find a better terminology than black and white, to be honest, because I mean, I'm making reference to it in just simply as a color being totally different, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think in this day and age, there's going to be someone eventually that's going to have a problem with it.
Gonna call it racist, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't mind changing some of my words. I mean, I can see
And that's
I
where
can see how some things might be a little offensive to some people, and it's like, yeah, okay, you know what?
Yeah,
I
Mr.
should
Dope.
change how I say that.
Night and
But
day,
then there's
actually.
also other things that are like, I'm sorry if you find that racist. It's not. So you are gonna have to find a way to deal with this, because I'm not being racist. If you take it that way, then maybe you just need to stop talking to me, because yeah,
Because
day and night is what I've been trying to use. But again, it's just,
but it doesn't convey the same um as black and white, because everybody's aware of what black and white means. Um Black being dark and white being light, and gray, because there's no, day and night, there's no, then you have to bring in like twilight or and nobody needs a sparkly vampire in their life, people. Nobody.
no. Well, and I think too, though, like, we were always taught when we were playing in colors, that at the opposite end of the spectrum
Are the two colors,
was
yeah,
black,
black and white.
and at the other end was white. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, or unless they've changed that, but at one point in time, they weren't actually considered colors.
No,
They're
well,
shades, aren't they?
they're the lack of color and the abundance of color. One has all of the colors, one has none of them.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
they're
it's
not
it's
actually considered
basically,
a color themselves, right?
no, it's basically all or nothing. Like I mean, two end it black and white simply means two ends of a spectrum, where you have a lot of stuff, shit that goes on in between.
Well, and wasn't it Seinfeld, in one of their episodes, they did a thing about a black and white cookie?
Oh yeah. Um
I
I-
think they did.
they did. I don't remember the episode, but I do remember the black and white cookie.
Yeah. He got sick. He got sick on it, if I'm not mistaken. I
Yeah.
think the cookie made him sick.
Yeah, there's very few things I remember from Seinfeld because it's been so long. Black and white cookie is one of them. The soup Nazi was another.
Yeah.
And when Kramer is persecuted for not for doing an event but not wearing the symbolic sign of the event,
The ribbon. He
the
wouldn't
ribbon,
wear
whatever.
the ribbon.
Yeah, and I'm going, wow.
Yeah, I do remember. He wouldn't wear the ribbon. Well, that was kind of the funny thing about the whole thing. It was
That That was the bit.
Yeah. It was a charity walk or something, right?
Yeah, yeah. And
I
he's
think it
doing the
was, yeah.
walk, but oh yeah, she stayed home today, Shell. She was quite sick today. So she's been out of bed for maybe an hour now. So, but you can hear her in the background. So yeah, it's just this there yeah, I like where you're going with that. I agree that the spectrum, like the two ends of the spectrum could be taken badly, but if you're going to take everything badly, you're going to take it badly anyways. And that's the perpetually offended will be perpetually offended no matter how you try to accommodate. And that's where accommodation um can lead to the downfall of society, because we all understand black and white means good and bad, not a race or color, right? It's just good or bad. But there's a lot of not bad but not good in between there.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, let's
Well,
be
and I think
honest,
that,
none of us are completely good.
oh goodness, no.
I mean, I speed.
Actually, when we played D&D, if your character was the paladin, you better be good.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Because paladins were good. They were good to a fault.
I'm not a paladin.
I played the character a couple times. It was fun. Like you're essentially playing the holiest of holy knights, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's
I'm more of a barbarian. I'm more of the tank guy.
yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, the paladin played that role too.
oh, he was a heavy fighter. Yeah.
Yeah, but he just like the barbarians didn't have a lot of
But I could be chaotic
uh,
good. You
right.
had to be natural good.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I found the game a little more fun if you had to have a little bit of mischievousness in your character. Otherwise,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
like I say though, playing the paladin, I mean, you always had to be on guard
Oh, you're off the
because
screen. Back up a little bit. There you go.
oh yeah, no, I just moved over and grabbed. Um, like you really had to be on guard. Well, I mean, I wanted to play the character right,
Yeah.
and it's like you had to be thinking about every move that you did.
You know, honestly, a D&D is a good thought project, a good thought experiment, because, pardon me, because the alignments of the characters can be so different. To truly inhabit that in character and to be that character, you have to do that thought experiment. Would this character do this? Would this character do that? You know,
Right.
it's a very, and I love thought experiments. I mean, there's some bad thought experiments that just don't work. They're based on false premises, but this is a good thought experiment because if you're a paladin and you're a natural good, can you be a natural good? And what would a natural good do, right?
Yeah, like one game I joined in, there was a paladin already playing, so I joined with him, right?
Right.
And I ended up learning little things through him.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and I like the chaotic goods because then you can try to seduce all the monsters if you want to.
Well,
Hey, Gingy.
it's nice to be able to play little tricks, right?
Oh, and to be silly. I love a character that allows you to be silly where a paladin is more straight laced.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I mean that's why I read fantasy books because to me it's just
oh yeah.
I mean you think about it, most of those fantasy stories, I mean if you were a DM, I mean you could really break down a book into a quest.
And you know, honestly, having a good DM is it makes everything. It makes the
Oh,
game.
absolutely. Yeah.
Do you work tonight, Gingy? I don't know anymore. I never know when you're working. No, she's not working tonight. Oh my
Well,
goodness.
last Monday she was streaming, correct?
She did, yes. Yeah.
So 2 Mondays in a row then.
Well, and we've been playing this game recently. So maybe she'll even stream tonight. And we can play a little gambling with your friends. Gamble with your friends.
Huh.
Now, we did two things. We did gamble with your friends, and we also found there's a Texas Hold'em poker on Steam. A free Texas Hold'em poker.
Sorry?
There's a free Texas Hold'em poker on Steam.
On Steam. Oh, okay.
On Steam, yeah. So we downloaded Texas Hold'em.
Oh,
You haven't seen it? You don't have it? I thought you were there when we shopped with friends. Okay, we do a little bit of a thing called shopping with friends sometimes, where a number of us will buy the same game so we can play it together. I thought you had that, Gingy. What the heck? So yeah, it's called, let's go into my library here, Pokerist. Poker with IST at the end. Texas Hold'em Poker. And I downloaded that one last night, and you can actually set up games to play with your friends. You don't have to go into the same lobby and be with a bunch of randos. You can actually have your friends play it.
well, that'd be pretty cool. So you're
Yeah.
just essentially playing online.
Yeah, you play player versus player, but you're playing with people you know rather than randoms. Mrs. Doe's quite excited about that one. Yeah, so am I.
Well, I mean, we used to do that when we'd play on Poker Stars, though, too.
Yeah.
We'd always try to get on the same table, right?
Get in the same lobby and stuff. Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah, whatever that worked, yeah.
and with this, you can actually create your own table and invite your friends.
Well, we were doing that on the VR too.
Yes, yeah, we were doing stuff like that. The golf
But
was
no,
fun on VR. I missed the golf in
no,
VR.
we just played head to head, though, I think.
Yeah, yeah. No, we try to keep it low key, Shell. You know that. And all play money. Yeah, there's no real money at all. I mean, you can buy stuff in the game. It's a gotcha game where you can buy clothing and stuff like that. But it's I believe it's all play money. But this gambling with friends, it's quite cute. It's the characters are unique, they're funny, and you have to hit a certain dollar amount every time you gamble. Your day is 5 minutes long when you go to the casino, and you have to try and bet to get to this dollar amount to succeed. Otherwise, they take you to the cornfield, and the mob is not good in the cornfield. You hear the gunshots in the cornfield, and then everything goes black. Oh, right. Yeah, sorry, Gingy. But the free one, the Texas Hold'em one, you might enjoy.
I generally do not buy games, so
Yeah, we don't buy we've had to buy a lot in the past few years just to get Mrs. Doe up to snuff on the games. But we're trying to buy games that we can play with our friends. There goes that stupid rabbit again. Rabbit running across the lawn. He's got his legs are too skinny to eat, so. But we try to buy games that are at least 50% off. We don't because we've there's two of us now, so we're buying games for two people, so we need at least 50% off. 80 to 90, even better. But a lot of the stuff we buy from Mrs. Doe, yeah, they could use a break. Like, oh, it's 10.49 Canadian because Wunder bought it last night and he said it was 8 in U.S. funds. So I didn't know how much that translated to Canadian. But it's a cute little game, and we've been having a lot of fun with it. because there's game interactions where you can grab a bat and hit your friend gaming, and just send them for a loop, and the view goes all skewed. And oh, dragons, thank you. Well, Gingy, apparently you have it now. Look at that, dragons just bought it for Gingy.
That's nice.
Yeah, he is generous that way.
And which game was that? Sorry, we talked about a few different ones.
This is Gamble with Friends.
Oh, Gamble with Friends.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna, if you're gonna be playing with friends and stuff, like how much was the game?
$10.49.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's something. If I was gonna do that with friends, I mean, I don't mind doing that.
Yeah.
But there again, I mean, it may only be $10, but not everybody can
Shift to your
afford
right.
$10. I mean, like we were talking about that earlier about,
Well,
how
and
it's so hard. You got to have two members of the family working, and it's like,
well, even with both Gingy and Cringy working, and Cringy's in the MT and stuff, even with Cringy and Gingy working, they've just got so many expenses right now that it's kind of, the money goes out as faster than it comes in, because well, they had some neglected dental work that they both needed done.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's understandable. I get it.
oh yeah, no, you know what? Especially in this day and age, I don't judge anybody about their money situation, because especially someone with kids, right?
Yeah. Cringy's
and
dental alone is about $2,000, she says.
my goodness me,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah. Well, I've been putting off, like, one of my front teeth is dead.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, it's been for a little while. Um, but eventually it's just gonna fall out, right? Because and
Well,
then
you live in the country now. You can epitomize the redneck. You can have a little whistle in the front. Get off my lawn.
I actually told Michelle, we were talking about that, and I said, especially at my age, I said it wouldn't matter to me one iota, because I mean, the most expensive one is like to do I forget the technical term, but it's just a post that they put in there, and it's like a new tooth, right?
Oh yeah.
And that's like about $6,000.
Yeah.
So that's not on my list.
No, that's a tough one. The implants, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a nice way to go, especially pardon me. Especially if the tooth's dead, they can't save it if the root's gone. You can't even do a crown at that point.
No, my options are the implant or a bridge.
Yep. I got a bridge over here. But that's with my chewing teeth. That's oh yeah, that's right, Gingy.
Well, gotta have a barbecue.
July 1st barbecue. Well, Gingy, let me know if I can bring something to offset some costs there.
Yeah, I like barbecuing.
Yep. Yeah, it's been
There's a barbecue I would like, but I'm not gonna be buying that one either.
Oh.
Well, it's I haven't seen it. I haven't looked at it up close, but it's supposed to be supposed to be a barbecue, a smoker, and a cold smoker.
Ooh, yeah.
But needless to say, I'm not gonna do that. But
No. And honestly, I my smoker kind of died, so I got rid of it a couple of years back, and because I wasn't using it after it kind of calved, couldn't find the replacement parts, and I'm thinking, it was a lot of work in the first place.
yeah,
So I'm just okay with the barbecue on the deck, and I'll grill when I feel like I can. And yeah, I gotta get to it and give it a good clean. I actually bought a steam cleaner so that I could steam clean the grill. And so I'm hoping that'll work. Um, yeah. Yeah, the July 1st barbecue and
So
10-year anniversary.
what kind of steam cleaner did you get?
Just a little $30, $40 one on Amazon. And
Well,
we try.
now you've piqued my curiosity. Do you have a picture of it?
I can find one, yeah.
I figured you probably could. Actually, I'm contemplating pouring myself a glass of
A glass of what? Sorry, I had a little tickle in my throat there.
spice.
Oh, a glass of spice. Yeah, maybe I need a spiced tea. Let's see here. Brave browser. Are you the right browser? I don't see you. Well, let's go into the properties.
You look for that. I'm gonna go get myself a glass of spice.
There we go. I found it, and I'm good.
I'll be right back. I
No
need
problem.
some water anyways.
There, it's over our faces. But yeah, this was the little steam cleaner I got. Of course, it's not available right now. And it is fast. Like it's a lot faster than I thought it would be. And it steams up good. Darren's not back yet. I'm talking to you guys, so just so you know. Here, I'll put it down there. Yeah, well, that's what you got kids for. Let the kids. No, you don't want your kids to put away the groceries. That might not end well. Oh, damn, this tickle.
Okay, here we go.
Well, I'll start that again.
Yeah, sorry.
I was just playing it while they were there. It's it's really small, but it's fast. Like it's surprisingly fast.
Well, lightweight is what it looks nice.
Yeah. It's got nylon brush head, copper brush heads for metal.
Well, it's funny, most people, just leave their barbecues out at over the winter or
Yeah.
not even winter, but even the rain, right?
Yeah.
And those things just aren't meant for that.
Yep. Well,
Um,
I find that the Weber holds up really well because, oh, that looks tasty. That looks like a Merlot or something.
no, this is
A little richer, so it's a Cabernet.
no, it's oh shoot. I'd have to go look. Well, quite often, quite more often than not, I'll get a Cabernet. That's
Yeah.
what I normally. But this one, oh, I forget. It's an Italian wine.
Oh, okay.
It's it's kind of a treat for myself. It's not real expensive, but it's a little more expensive than a normal bottle.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that, Mrs. Doe. I was thinking about that, but I don't know because I was looking at Home Depot for sheet metal because I thought that'd be a great idea. but it's finding a nice piece of stainless steel to go behind there,
Where would you put that? Sorry.
behind the stove, because we don't have a back on our stove. Our stove has the front knobs.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, like I was just reading what Shell put up there, and it's like I probably could put my barbecue away, but it's like, oh my goodness, like so much work to.
It is. Yeah, I can't put my barbecue away.
So there we go. See, that's what the top of my grills look like right now.
Yeah, and this is one of the reasons I got it. I got it for two reasons. I got it for to do my barbecue, and I got it to do when we first got the stove. Something spilled over, and we had something burnt on in the bottom of the stove.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of the self-cleaning ovens. And I thought,
Okay.
if I can spend $30 on something like this, and if it works on that, I'd be happy. And it did.
I guess, yeah, that's a good point. Well, and again though, like this thing with the barbecue there, like I envision this is only working on a new barbecue to keep it clean.
No.
Well, because I mean, if I use that on mine, I think it would just blow holes in it because it's
Oh,
rusted enough. That's what I mean.
yeah.
Like you want to start from when it's still in good shape, because it can still handle the pressure, right?
Yeah. Yeah. See, and I won't have a problem with and that's what it looks like. It's not very big. It's easy to move around.
Right.
So I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna clean the like a lot of my barbecue doesn't need it. It's mostly the flavor. Now Weber calls them those triangle things underneath. Those are the flavorizers because everything drips on there and smokes up and gives you that smoky flavor in your food. But
Fair enough.
I want to clean those, which I might be running into a problem. They may be actually not. I might have to replace those. But
Well, mine are okay 'cause I went out there. My starter wasn't working, so of course I pulled everything off, and the bar where it sits
mhm.
has all rusted.
Oh yeah,
So it kind of all fell in. The sparker still works. It was just blocked by all this
gunk.
debris.
Yeah,
So I cleaned that off, and it's good now. But that whole piece where it sits along has basically disintegrated.
right. There we go. Bring the Mother's Day things back up. The Mother's Day guilt hoot.
It's um, getting back to that Mother's Day thing there. It's just a phone call is so much better.
Oh yeah, yeah. A phone. The least you can do is text. The least. That's the least.
Yeah,
That's
but
minimum effort, minimum thought, minimum everything, right? And that's even back in the day, a phone call didn't feel like enough.
right. Well, it's always nice if you can do something with your mom.
Yeah,
Or I'm sorry, that's a belief of mine. If you can do something with your mom, and you had talked about this earlier too, and I mean, I wish I'd have done more.
yeah.
When
Well,
when you're not able to do something with someone, I find I always wish I'd have done more, and or I could do more. I mean, I don't dwell on it too much, right? Because we can't change the past.
but
But
the
I
regret
but I,
is real.
the regret is real, and I mean, I think about it.
Yeah, I do too. Um, you know, there was nothing I could do. We tried to get my mom to come here, and even for the last years of her life, we really wanted her to spend them here, where
Right.
she didn't have to worry about things. She could just relax, enjoy herself, and not
Right.
have to take care of kids. But yeah, no, she went so fast. I mean, your mom even said she just barely got pension and she was gone.
There you go. There's another thing. Give me
You
my
know.
CPP now while I can.
Now, granted, she had like how many years of heavy smoking behind her.
Right.
So, and with you,
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
I understand it because you've worked the whole time, right? For Mrs. Doe, she had those years where she spent at home that she doesn't get credited for, and that's the difference. Um, with the CPP, she didn't get credited for doing what you know teachers and other people do professionally, right?
Right.
So she's
That's
in,
well, and that does make sense, right?
yeah,
That there, there's lots of things we as human beings, and I mean all of us, could do a lot better.
yeah, absolutely.
And the unfortunate thing is, to fix a lot of it would take a lot of work, and it just seems like no one's willing to do that work.
No, it really does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, like I like to believe most politicians go into it for the right reasons, or at least what they think is the right reasons. And they just get so clouded and weighted down with everything that goes on and how hard it is to get anything done.
Yeah,
It just beats you up, man.
yeah, it really does. I'm not so sure that a lot of politicians get into it. I think some do, but I think the
Yeah.
majority don't, and that's the problem. Is
Phil just commented that it's been 10 years for her mom. That's 10
yeah,
years for my mom too. It's funny that not funny, I guess, but I mean,
it's
it,
coincidental.
but a coincidence. Yeah. Like, because yeah, this year would be 10 years for my mom.
Wow.
Well, and that's coming up right away because we just got through her birthday.
Yeah.
And yeah, like she made it through her birthday, and then it was what was that? It had to have been about 3 weeks later or something. It was because I remember you guys had come down, and we were in the hotel, and you took a picture, and it still pops up in my memories, right?
Yeah.
And that was well, the memory it pops up is June 16th.
Okay.
That's kind of how I.
Yeah. See, and I'm
I mean,
horrible.
I still have her obituary. I mean, I can get the exact information, but I don't. I don't play. Or I don't think about it as an anniversary of her passing or her birthday or whatever, because I think about my mom often. Like I don't wait to think about her.
Yep.
You know, around when her birthday was or around
Yeah.
when she had passed away. It's like I think about her lots throughout the year,
Yeah.
and
And I think it's funny that I bet you think about her now more now that she's gone than before she was gone. Like I mean, not in the final stages because that was pretty serious and there was a lot to go on there, but when she was still well, you probably didn't think about her as much as you do now.
oh yeah, I would. I mean, yeah, I would think so. Um, See, but in the treatment she was under, and and whether that's my mom just putting on a brave face or whatever, but she just didn't seem sick, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, and
I agree with what Shell said there too, though. Like like when Christmas comes around,
oh yeah. Yeah.
Easter, I mean, well, Thanksgiving, and this is gonna
Oh,
this
oh,
and this I mean, I don't know what Shelly's scenario's like, but when Marley's birthday and the grandkids' birthday, because she didn't get to meet her great.
Oh, you locked up again.
Oops. I lost the player.
There you go. Yeah, your Wi-Fi kind of went fish dizzle.
It said, "I'm tired. I'm going to take a break." Yeah, but like, so I think she makes a good comment about the holidays. I mean, not just holidays, but special things in general. Like I say, and I mean, don't get me wrong. When the grandkids have their birthdays, I just go enjoy the grandkids.
Yeah.
It's more so when I'm sitting at home and I have a thought about the kids, and it's like, she never got to meet my grandkids.
Yeah.
Which would have been her great grandkids, right?
Yeah.
And that would have meant so much to her.
Yeah.
Like, she liked being a grandma. I think she would have liked being a great grandma even more.
Oh yeah. Well, and you know, that's the thing, right? That's what we all hope for. I mean, but that goes to show, like, and that's what's important about the today's sponsors is you never know when you're going to lose someone you love. Really.
Right.
So don't be afraid to call them. Don't be afraid to do things with people before you can't.
Yep.
So one of the things that that kind of pisses me off, and now my parents, they had they had a lot going on with my brother and sister. Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
there was a lot of nonsense going on there that just I think my kids missed out on it. But we have another grandmother here, and great grandmother, that doesn't take the time, that doesn't spend the time with her own.
Right.
And that I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense to me. Because if I can spend time with my grandkids, I'm going to. And I'm happy to. And I like to, and I want to. But if you have the opportunity and you choose not to, what the... Okay, I was going to say what the fuck, but I'm trying not to. But I'm going to say it anyways. What the fuck?
We are plus 18.
Yeah, we are plus 18. But I mean, that you would choose not to, when there's so many people who aren't there who would love to, right? Yep, Dragon's beeping. Beep.
Oh, okay. So here's a squirrelitis thing. Remember in school when we would eat our lunches, you could buy Beep or chocolate milk.
Yeah, we talked about that once. Vico.
We did.
It wasn't chocolate milk, it was Vico.
Vico, yes, indeed, yeah.
Vico and Beep.
Yeah.
A chocolate drink and a fruit drink, not chocolate milk. It was a chocolate drink. They had to be very specific about that.
Well, you know, and I think a little bit too. I think there was someone in I don't know if he was in our class, but like allergic to peanuts, right?
Was there? I don't remember anybody allergic to peanuts.
I thought there was. But where I'm going with that was, you know, those parents taught their kids, don't eat this. Like, you know,
and that's, I was just
like
going to say,
they were well educated, and we were aware of it. So it's like, don't give them a peanut butter sandwich, for crying out loud.
Well, and he knew better than to take one.
And he knew better than to take one, exactly. But because I remember when I was sending Marley to school, like it was hard to make her lunch.
Yeah, it's the nonsense.
Like a lot of kids, you wanted a peanut butter sandwich. Well, I can't give you a peanut butter sandwich. You have to take some. She didn't want anything else. So what the heck are you going to feed like, you got to feed your kids, man.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing about that is you can't bubble wrap children. You have to teach children how to protect themselves. Okay. That's where giving the information to the child, okay, you're allergic to this. Don't do it. It's bad for you. Okay. You will get sick. You will get seriously sick. If someone's having a peanut butter sandwich, go sit a little further away from them. That's fine. They can have their peanut butter sandwich. It's personal responsibility. The parents want everybody to be responsible for their child except for them. You know, do your own damn work, do your own damn. I'm sending what I'm sending with my kid. If your kid doesn't know better than to take a peanut butter sandwich, that's called natural selection.
Well, when Marley switched schools in grade 8, because she went to sort of like a forest school kind of thing. But anyway, so when she went to that school, there was no peanut butter, no egg, no kiwi, no, like the list was just like there was so much, and it's like, okay. I mean, I understand that, like protect them and all that kind of stuff.
But how
But
are you?
now, but how are you supposed to feed your kids a proper lunch when you can't send them this, this, and this, and this?
And not only that, why is it my responsibility to look out for your kids? We're in a public
Well,
setting,
I don't
yes,
mind.
but
Yeah, I mean, I
have you
don't mind
taught
a
your?
little bit of.
I mean, I'm going to tell my kid if you know someone's has an allergy, don't be careful.
Mhm.
But at the
Well,
same time,
that's just doing your part.
yeah, at the same time, it's not my responsibility to not feed my children this stuff when your child should know better. It, honestly, that goes to a fault in parenting and an overstep on the school system. And that the biggest problem about the school system itself right now, especially, is they're overstepping their bounds, their their beliefs. They believe that they can parent the children better than the parents can. And in some cases I don't think they're wrong, but in most cases I do. And in either way it shouldn't be allowed because that's not your job. Your job is there to teach them reading, writing, and arithmetic. Get the fuck out of anything else.
That's they don't. Michelle's mom read this neat little story. It was about this little boy or girl, doesn't matter, is at school, and it's like, oh, I've been taught that you can't do that. That's child abuse, and along that kind of line.
Oh,
And about, I can go to social services, right? And there was a nice little response by the parents saying, oh, okay, I acknowledge that. But social services also says, I don't have to do this. So you now have to do that yourself. And that's how they were
yeah.
like just sort of countering it. And I thought that's a really good way to go about that.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought, I mean, that's the smart way to do it. But I thought, man, if my kid ever came home and told me that, whew, there would have been problems.
Have fun in foster care.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
Bye.
wow,
Get fucked.
here's the number. Give them a call.
Have fun.
But you understand, you call them, they will take you away. And you think it's bad here, but maybe do a little research on this before you,
Yeah.
because you are not old enough to live. Like, you need parental guidance.
Yep.
And if you don't
This
think I can do it, well, they'll give you someone that can. But remember, those people are not your family and they don't care about you. I mean,
Yep.
they care. I mean, I shouldn't have said that.
well,
I shouldn't
okay.
have said it that way. There
Some
are
of them,
caring, they're
some of
caring
them
ones
care.
out
Yeah.
there. Yes.
Yeah. There are the caring ones. Then there's the ones that aren't very caring. So, and Mrs. Doe, you're right. I mean, look at Stacy Gingy had a friend that had some severe allergies to everything. But they didn't put it on anybody else. They put it on her to be aware. It was just the right way to do things. It was the parental responsibility thing to do. So she knew what she could have. She knew what to ask. She knew how to manage it. It was, we never felt any pressure based on somebody else's allergies.
Mm-hmm.
So it was one of those things where, and that's maybe where where my stoicism there comes from. Like, it just, I don't care if you're allergic to something or not. If you know better, you should know better. You know?
Well, that's just taking ownership of yourself, right?
Yeah, yeah. Personal responsibility.
But we
And
talk about that a lot. I mean, now we go looking for. I mean, everyone's got a little bit in them because it's just there's so much of it. It's like, well, what does that do for me? Like,
yeah,
what's in that for me? Like what? And I mean, I've always said, I don't begrudge people looking after number one. You should look after number one first
absolutely.
because you cannot. Excuse me. You cannot help other people if you're not good yourself.
Not only that, it's highly unlikely that other people are going to look out for you. Okay, people are always in it for themselves. You know, there's a saying where that the only true minority that matters is the minority of self, because there's only one person in this world. I mean, when you meet a significant other, then there becomes two. But I mean, in general, there's only one person looking out for your best interest, and that's you.
Well, but you should.
Yeah,
I just don't like that. But this is the way I word it. I don't know. To me, it just seems like people are looking out for number one at the detriment of everyone else.
yeah. There's a difference between being selfish and being self-reliant. You know,
There you go.
selfish, you want everything for yourself. You want this, you want this, you want this. Being self-reliant just means you're looking out for yourself and you're taking care of business. You know, and it's the selfish nature of humanity that um I'm just reading Mrs. Doe's. If you're having a pizza party for children and the child is allergic, maybe they can bring a non-dairy cheese to use or something like that. Not expect the host to automatically accommodate. Yeah, yeah, that's a good example, because
That's a really good example. But
but that
I
puts
mean, I find a lot do, right?
yeah
Like,
that but that puts the onus of their well-being on themselves, not on you. And it's nobody else's responsibility to make sure that every need or everything that you need is there. It's yours.
those are the people I'd rather spend time around, if that makes sense.
Yeah, people who take that personal responsibility seriously. Those are the people you like to, because they're not asking you for more of yourself than you should be able to give, or you have to give. They make spending time with them easy. But that's a good example, Mrs. Doe.
That's a good example. Yeah. Well, and I like to think that in a lot of like that's got to help happen a lot in birthday parties, right?
You would imagine so, yeah.
Yeah.
But and that's the hard part. And that ba- on a host, you do try to want to accommodate your guests, right? That's the difference between um and I would want to if I could, but at the same time, um we're talking about a party rather than a public event like a school, or a public situation like a school, right? That's the difference. As a host, you want to make sure your guests are healthy, safe, and accommodated for. At a school, there's nobody should be telling you not to do something. It should be the responsibility of the person who's allergic to stay away from those things that they're allergic to, and be aware of their surroundings. And I'll be honest, being aware of your surroundings in this day and age is important.
Well,
Get
that's the
your
biggest.
get your head out of your phone, get your eyes up, and put them on a swivel and know what's going on around you.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I joke about this lots. You know what would fix that? That would help fix that. When you're walking down the street, someone's looking down at their phone. They're not looking where they're going. I think you should be able to knock them over. No, I mean really.
I just stand.
That'll get their eyes up.
Honestly, all I'd have to do is just stand there and let them walk into me. You know how
Well,
that
wouldn't get
goes.
hurt.
Misumo. That's still a thing. I still walk down the hallway every once in a while and go Misumo from when you Marley and Mason were here, and he just died running at my belly.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
Oh, Misumo, and he bounced off.
Yeah, you little guy, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's not
that was
little anymore.
no, no, but I'm still bigger.
Yeah, I don't think you'd want him running into you though.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know if you know, but I actually watch sumo now. I've been watching it for a couple years. Uh,
Yes.
there's a there's a tournament there's a tournament on right now, as a matter of fact. Um, oh, it just started the
How do
next.
you use chocolate milk for the cheese?
I don't think they make that, dragons. I don't know that they make that.
Yeah, that just sounds like oh, remember back in the day when Pizza Hut had their dessert pizza?
Oh yeah. Hmm.
And I don't know if there was cheese on that.
I don't remember. Let's look it up.
Oh, I guess we could do that. I forgot about that. I forgot we had this big machine in front of us that will.
That has the world of knowledge at our fingertips.
Well, depends how good you use the search bar, I suppose. Because some of it I wouldn't call knowledge. Oh, so last night I did stuffed pork loin.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah, it was my first. I mean, I've been wanting to do it for so long. It was my first attempt at it. It was okay. It it was like it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. Like I stuffed one with asparagus, and then I diced up some red pepper and onion. So I flattened it all out, put down garlic, put down some garlic butter, the onion, the pepper, and then the asparagus, and I rolled it up. And then the second one I did garlic butter, Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese, and spinach.
Wow.
And then I fried up. I wish I would have chopped the bacon smaller, but I fried up some bacon, a little bit of onion and pepper in there, and then I just threw a brown gravy packet
Oh yeah.
and used the gravy to go over top. Oh, I mean, it was good. It just I would have it was really good, but I would have preferred it to be a little. I would have preferred the plate presentation to be a little better, I guess.
Well, I mean, I could see that, but flavor is flavor. So there is a Pizza Hut. It was a crumble topping
Right.
with a drizzle on it. Yeah.
I mean, they're essentially making a big streusel.
Yeah,
Well,
essentially.
well, and Shell made a comment here about a cookie. I mean, it's not that much different than a big honkin' cookie, right?
No, no, it's really not. Just a different, and honestly, if you get the crust right, that'd be tasty because almost like a mini pie, but not as thick. I don't know what to. It was unique.
Well, and I thought maybe it would have been with you, but maybe not. We what was it, 20th there? The Pizza Hut had the buffet.
Cringy? Is that cringy or Lynn? Because Lynn actually uses um, Cringy's account on his PC. So,
Oh, really?
oh, it is Chris. Hi, Cringy.
Well, that's fair that you had to find out, right? It's
Welcome to the chat, first time chatter. Oh yeah, it's the 86 or something like that. That Lynn uses. They did bring the buffet back. Okay.
Uh,
You know what?
I mean, I would have loved that when I was younger. The way it is now, I don't even, I prefer not to go to buffets now.
Oh, I agree. I'm so done with buffets.
Well, I just can't eat enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I still like the buffet idea because,
Just for
I look at a
variety.
menu, it's the variety. I look at a
Yeah.
menu and it's like, oh, I'd like this, and this, but I have to pick one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And doesn't Weyburn still have the KFC
I
buffet?
believe so.
And I think that's the last one.
That's the only one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I've never looked in other provinces, but I mean, I think it's the only one in Saskatchewan, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, oh, I do like the Chinese buffet. That's yes.
You know, a Chinese buffet, and that's again all about the variety rather than the amount, you know?
Right. Yes. You
Because
can taste that.
yeah, you
If
go a
I'm gonna
little
go to a buffet nowadays, I would go to a Chinese buffet.
yeah, yeah.
And I wouldn't really worry about the price as much because I just want the variety.
Yeah. And that's
But
exactly it.
a lot of them do really good dinners for one now, or go to the food court, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can go pick three things.
Oh, and honestly, one of our favorite places is in the Northgate Mall up here. It's called Manchu Walk. And they do have that too. You pick three items and you know and your
Both of
rice
them
or
do that now, but well, when I lived there, I went to that. Oh, what mall was it? It would have been on. It would have been up near Brant there.
out in the east.
Yeah.
Oh
Like
yes,
it wasn't
okay. You went to Victoria Square Mall, and there's a place in Victoria
Victoria
Square Mall
Square.
that has some great Chinese there too, and big
Yeah.
portions.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was. Oh, I ate there lots.
yeah. That there was some good food there too. Yeah, and like so big a portion that I went and picked up this meal for Mrs. Doe and we had one meal, and then she had there was enough for us to have another meal just in the same meal, so it was like two meals for the price of one.
Well, that's at the Victoria Square there. That's why I
Yeah,
went there.
that's the
I,
one.
I
Yeah,
got I got I got their biggest one with the three,
yep,
but it was two. It made two lunches.
yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
even back then, I wasn't eating as much as.
Yep. So yeah, no, it
And
was
I mean, it wasn't that expensive. I mean, it was only. I mean, like I
for,
say, I consider that I was getting two lunches out of it, and it was like I don't know, $12 or $13, and like, it
yeah,
wasn't very much.
for what you
Which
got, it
makes
was
which makes it about $6 when you're getting two out of it.
exactly, which makes it a great value. And you know when they do that, that's what. And they were always busy too. When I went in there, they were busy.
Yes.
So, but
Well,
yeah,
Michelle always, or sorry, my Michelle always gets the cheese wonton soup.
okay. I've never been a wonton
That's
super.
what she. No, I'm not. My mom was, and I don't mind it. I
Yeah,
would. I mean, I wouldn't mind a little bowl, but I'm not going to order a bowl of soup.
but that's again where a buffet is great because you have that little bowl of wonton soup and you move on. Oh, did you lock
There's
up again?
always meat and potatoes, right? Oh
Yep.
yeah, it is locked. Well, I got the little ski. It hasn't left yet, but it's gonna take off here in a second. Um, where were we going with that?
Oh, the meat and potatoes. Yeah, because you know I
Like even at a buffet, it'd be like meat and potatoes. It's like you're not gonna have any vegetables. I'll eat vegetables at home. Like it's cheaper for me to buy vegetables than it. Like I'm not gonna waste my meal by having vegetables on.
Yes, I know my plate is filled up with meat. There's a purpose for that.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh
Sweet and
yeah.
sour chicken. I do like the ginger beef. I find it just a little, well, or ginger chicken, doesn't matter. But I find it just depending where you get it from, it can be a little on the spicy side.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you know ginger chicken or ginger beef is actually a Canadian invention?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not Chinese.
No.
But
Well, there you go.
that's the thing about
Well,
Chinese
when I
food.
usually go get when I usually get my 3-pack, I'll usually get the ginger beef, um, a sweet and sour, whether it's pork or chicken, whatever they. I've never had the honey chicken, but there was a sesame, um, ooh, orange chicken. Yeah,
Yeah,
more
like
lemon.
the orange chicken.
I've had the orange, but I prefer the lemon.
There's something about a Chinese lemon sauce that just it hits right.
Yeah. Well, and like we don't have a lot of restaurants here. But, I mean, there's a couple that are okay. It's just when you come from Saskatoon and there's like so many different restaurants there, you come to a smaller place and you miss the selection, right?
You really, but half of the problem when you're in a bigger place is you never know where to go then. You're always thinking, well,
And we did like that, yes.
yeah. So,
Well, I mean, there's a place for Chinese food. Michelle gets the wonton. We get them to leave the noodles out because they use like it's not a spaghetti noodle, but it's kind of like one.
really,
Um,
I've
so
never
we
seen
leave it.
wonton soup with noodles before.
I never have until we came here, and both places, the two Chinese restaurants here, and they both do that.
Really?
Um, and then their chow mein is with those noodles too,
Okay.
which for me I don't care, right? But yeah, I do agree it should not be wonton, but that's their recipe. That's their recipe. But so here we'll order the soup. I'll get the dinner for one, and then
So
I
what
like
comes in your dinner for one?
the chow mein, deep fried shrimp. You can substitute chicken balls. I guess it'd be rooster balls, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Um, uh, so you either chicken balls or shrimp, and then rice,
Okay.
and then sweet and sour pork.
Yeah, Vampiric. Didn't you know? It's not chicken balls, it's roosters that have balls. So it's rooster balls.
Yeah,
It just came into the rooster balls.
yeah.
Sweet. You like our sweet and sour rooster balls. Very good. With 6 skin egg roll. I hate your nose. But yeah, no, and one so you get say that again, what's in your dinner for one?
Well, so if you order it, it comes with rice, um,
Shrimp or chicken?
chow mein, deep fried shrimp, and sweet and sour chicken, or sweet and sour pork. Sorry.
Are you
It's
trying are you trying to
it's
say
a
linguine?
meal thing for me too, and that's only like, man, I think they only charge like about 12 or $13 for it, and I get 2 meals out of it because I can't eat the whole thing.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. No shell, not linguine noodles. It's they're round like spaghetti noodles, but they seem just a little bit smaller.
Well, a smaller spaghetti noodle is a spaghettini.
And maybe that's what they're using. I do not think it's a rice noodle though, but
It could be a ramen noodle. But ramen noodles generally have a nice curve to them. Like you'll know because they have that wave to them. If it's more of a spaghettini, yeah, it would be straighter like a spaghetti. And if you're talking about spaghetti noodle type noodles, it's probably a spaghettini.
Think so, yeah. It just shouldn't be in a, sorry, we don't
No.
want it in our wonton.
Yep, small and round.
No, well, but long like a spaghetti noodle.
Yeah, so yeah, then that's what a spaghettini is. Spaghettini is about the same size as spaghetti, lengthwise, but it's thinner in diameter and yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
so, but that just
yeah, we don't
I
eat a lot of noodles at home, but a little bit. Every once in a while, I get an urge. Like the other day, there I was trying to think about what to make, and I said, you know what? I just threw hamburger in there, and we grew last year like the cherry tomatoes,
right.
and I tell you, I don't know if it was just the plant we got or the dirt. Well, I mean, everything was dug up here, right? Like it was just dirt.
Yeah.
And then I also, so my flower garden was that, not my flower garden, like where we said we were going to plant. I'll have to take a picture and show you. But so we put these, and I bought some good dirt from Canadian Tire. And I tell you, we planted these things, and did they grow? Like they just like went nuts.
Oh, hi.
They grew way over our deck, and long story short, we had so many tomatoes, like
Oh,
I froze them.
wow.
And now I use them for soup.
Soup and sauce.
Well, anyways, I was making that spaghetti sauce. So I was like, I cook the ground beef, throw the tomatoes in there, and yeah, we use them all winter. So, and I still have a few, but we're gonna plant more.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we prefer the cherry tomatoes, but I'm not
Yeah.
supposed to eat a lot of tomatoes, but
Well,
I
you
do
have
like-
you have acid reflux, so you shouldn't eat a lot of acidic stuff.
well, but also for my arthritis.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
See, and I was thinking strictly for acid reflux because we were talking about that last time, how you were having some acid reflux.
Oh, and I still have it. I still have it this week. It's like it seems to sit around for a little over a week and then it goes away, but it's very uncomfortable.
Well, have you tried taking anything for it?
Oh, I'm on medication for it.
Oh, wow. What do you take?
Yeah. Uh, uh, just a second. I might be on. I had done a search on. It might still be in my. Pantoprazole.
We're on the exact same medication,
Are we?
pantoprazole.
Yeah.
That's funny. Now mine's for the ulcers. I don't have acid reflux, but because of my ulcers, I've been on pantoprazole.
Oh, cool. Well, should help prevent ulcers then.
It will help prevent ulcers. Yeah, that's what they put me on. Yeah, I got a little crazy, almost died. So let's not do that.
Oh, there's Shell just put up a good crock pot recipe.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, and that's what I want to start doing on Monday nights, right? When we're doing this. It's like, man, I gotta start like doing crock pot meals because then they're done, right?
Yeah.
And I take on the responsibility of cooking in the house. So I don't like making Michelle cook. I just don't. It's
Yeah. I used to do a lot more, but it's harder and harder and harder. Especially if I want to
and I
do
realize I probably should not be drinking this wine. That's probably not good for the whole,
no, no. No, not really.
but I'm going to anyways though.
Like this past weekend, we took care of the leaves out front. And that's just took care of the leaves, turned on the AC, got the air conditioner uncovered and turned on. just general stuff that you get ready for summer with. And it was just like, holy crap, that's a lot. And it's like
Well,
I found it hard to even think about cooking today. I made Mrs. Doe steak last night for Mother's Day, but today after the weekend, it was just like, holy fuck, I can barely move my arms.
that's what I'm finding where, and I hate working like this, but I find for my body, I now have to, is I have to break down my jobs into smaller jobs.
Yep. Well, it's been what, 3 weeks now since because I've been sick and tired, and then now I've been doing some things around the house as well. That I've been trying to get downstairs to maintain my printers,
Oh, yes, we've been talking about that.
but I just haven't had the capacity. Like I haven't been well enough to do it. It's just sawdust. You're fine.
I dropped it. It's not sawdust. It's
Oh, it's dust.
I rolled the chair right over it.
Oh,
So it didn't just get dusty. I made sure it got really dusty.
yep. So, well,
Oh,
yeah,
but there's a corner in our yard here. What there was sort of a clearing where we could see the lake, right?
yeah,
But I think I've learned, like my pump, and like the little pump house I built, I want to put it on the other side. But since we've been here, I just haven't raked and cleaned it all up. So it was nice out yesterday, and I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm going to go do this. Well, and over time, well, there was no buildings here. So everything that falls is just kind of, doing its thing in nature. And so, I mean, raking it was kind of hard.
yeah,
Not for a young person, it wouldn't be, right? But
right.
I mean, I'm raking this and I'm like my arms are just starting to burn. And if I don't, I mean, I could have powered through that, but I've learned in the past, if I do that, I'm really risking an arthritic flare up.
Yeah, right.
So it's
'Cause-
like, I mean, that's just not normally the way you think about things, right?
No,
You don't think about starting 10 jobs and doing pieces of them and moving around, because that just doesn't make sense, and it's not.
and that's
time
not how we were either. And when we did stuff, we got the job list and we did it all. That's just
When
what
you
we're
start
used
something,
to.
you finish.
And it
I'm
has
really
been.
bad for that, because sometimes I won't finish, or no, I won't even start something because it's like,
I
know
don't think I
can't
can
finish
finish it. Yeah, yeah,
it.
no,
And it drives me nuts. So that's another one of those things in my head where I'm going, I just gotta break this down. Well, I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do as far as raking this, because, I mean, I'm not raking it. It's too much to rake.
yeah,
I mean, I bought a riding mower because it's like, I just don't have time to mow the lawn with a small little push mower.
mild scoliosis and arthritis. Yeah, well, and you know,
Hers is osteo, mine's,
yeah,
uh,
yep. Here's his
now I'm forgetting them.
yeah, Mrs. Doe might know what.
What?
What
Why are we having a break part?
what's Darren's type of arthritis?
Well, there's two
Rheumatoid.
kinds.
Rheumatoid.
Rheumatoid, yeah.
See, I
holy
knew she'd
cow.
know. I knew she'd know.
Yeah, and like, I mean, I'm not even drinking. What the heck? Yeah.
There you
Yes,
go,
you're
Shel.
right, Shell. I mean, I don't know anything about the osteo, but
No,
I mean, arthritis is not fun, period.
no, no. And I'm noticing now that um I, I don't start stuff too because I know I'm going to flare after certain things, but I'm trying to limit what I do so I'm not flaring quite as badly. And on top of my CRPS, I have arthritis now because we're getting to that age, right?
So my knuckles get swollen. They're starting to deform a little bit, and you know,
The only one that I had, the only problem I had, the most obvious one is my thumb. I've actually been, other than my flare-ups, again, my arthritis hasn't been that horrible. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm on medication for life, but, and
Yeah.
I'm now I'm at a stage where it's not like just pills. Now I'm taking the injection, but I mean, they've kept it under control pretty good.
yeah. And
Um,
honestly, my arthritis is pretty low key compared to yours. Like it's
Yeah.
just still a pretty minor now, an minor annoyance that I take arthritic Tylenol for. Really, that's all I take.
well, I take that, but for me, for me, all it does is really take the edge off it. It
Right.
kind of it lets me sleep, is what I call it.
Yeah.
That's funny that Shell says that, because when I was first diagnosed with mine, I mean, I never had to go to the ER, but there was times I had to go get a cortisone shot though.
Oh wow.
Mostly my knee, and now, like, my knee hasn't been a problem for a long time. Now it's just kind of sore most of the time.
That's wild.
Which,
Other than
but if
the
I go golfing, I just put a brace on, right?
yeah, and you know, that's what I do with my arm too. When I need to do something, I'll put a brace on my arm. Like it doesn't. What it does for me is it doesn't prevent the flare. It doesn't prevent the pain. It
Right.
it it feels nice to be secure, uh, but it also reminds me not to overdo.
Shell, do you know what shot they were giving you when you went to the ER? I'm just,
Yeah, Mrs. Doe said that probably prevents swelling. The wrap I use also, like I use a wrap and well here,
Right.
let me show you what I put on.
and when you said you walked with a cane, is that just when you had to go get your shot, or do you walk with a cane all the time?
Now this was funny because when I bought this, this is just a sleeve, okay? But
Oh yeah, I have those.
when I bought this, because of the size of my arm, I had to get a leg medium.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
and then,
I actually have two. I have one for my arm, because my elbow will cause me some issues, but that's mostly, I wear it when I'm golfing, right?
yeah, and then I use a tensor on my elbow
Right.
to and it just, I think a lot of what it does is it secures things in place because I do still have I have carpal tunnel in this hand. I have tendonitis of the like tennis elbow, and there's still carpal tunnel in the shoulder too. So the whole arm is still dealing with the initial causes of the CRPS along with the CRPS. So
They overdosed her.
they
Wow.
overdosed you.
Gotta love
That's-
the doctor or nurses or whoever did it.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
Yeah.
Crazy. It was a
Oh
doctor.
yeah.
When to be fair, we truly believe that when I was going for steroid shots to deal with the inflammation and the tendonitis that I had, we think the doctor actually made a mistake and hit wrong and caused the CRPS. Of course, they'll never admit
Oh yeah.
that.
No. Yeah. Well, but you also know it's pretty hard to, or it's not that easy to charge a doctor with malpractice.
Oh, in Canada, it's virtually impossible.
Because even in my mom's case, right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
looked into it and there was essentially no recourse for them.
Yeah, in Canada, it's virtually impossible. Unlike the States, there isn't a litigation system for physicians here like that. Because
Well, I always said, I mean, I understand mistakes can happen, right? But there are some mistakes that it's just like, that one shouldn't have happened. Like in
Yeah.
my mom's case, that like, how do you not read the chart? Like it, and now I don't know the whole story. I understand that, and so I won't go too raving on it. But from what I understand, she went and got some X-rays, not at the doctor, but at the hospital up at Turtle Lake, right?
yeah,
She thought she had pneumonia or something, and so they did an X-ray and of her chest, and there was a spot on there. And so they wrote up, as the story goes, now I don't know, like, as far as I know, then it was, they wrote a note on there, follow up with patient, possible cancer.
and no one ever followed up.
4 years later, stage 4, sorry about that, we missed that.
Wow.
So who didn't read the X-ray?
Yeah. Well, technically, that would have been her family doctor at that point.
Well, that's what I was implying, but
Yeah.
I'm not, like I said, that's the story, the way I heard it. I don't know why my mom would lie, right?
Yeah.
But so,
Yeah, it's one of those things, right?
well, it still makes me bitter to this day. I mean,
Oh, I understand.
I've let it go, so to speak. Not totally, because I'm still talking about it, but yeah, it's just, well, and then a guy I played darts with, and so his mom had to go to the hospital. Now she was older and frail and all that, but okay, so they take her into the hospital. She's there for about a week, and so I guess he was talking to the doctor, like, when can I take her home? Oh, you can take her home tomorrow. Okay, good. He goes the next day to pick her up, passed away.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was funny because at that time he was saying, he goes, yeah, no, you can't be here when my brother gets here. He will, like, how do you, like, his brother was going to go berserk. And it's like, well, like I say, mistakes happen. I get it. But when you were talking about this with police and politicians, it's just, some people are held to a little higher standard.
Well, and
And-
you know what?
When those people make mistakes, it can cost people their life.
Yeah, and they should be held accountable. We need to hold these people that have authority over your health, over your safety, over your life. But the radiologist said to follow up.
And they didn't. So, but like I say, it's like somebody somewhere should have read that.
Yes.
And okay, I don't know the system, and I mean, so I can't honestly say or point a finger on how it should have went, but somebody should have.
Yeah.
That's my overall point, is somebody, like, now, okay, so she had it, but how much time did we miss with my mom, my sister's mom, my dad's wife? Like we're without this person because
Yeah.
somebody
Because
didn't look at an
somebody
X-ray.
somebody screwed the pooch.
Yeah. So I was a little upset with doctors as a general. And then my buddy tells me this story about his mom, and it's just like, oh, well, so all of a sudden you're starting to hear more and more of these stories, and
Yeah, which does happen, right? And honestly,
And I mean,
that's
oh, I was just gonna
that's
say, I do understand that doctors, like, they cannot see inside you. I mean, that's an X-ray. And when you have certain symptoms, I understand. It's, we think it could be this. Try this. And so, I mean, I cut them slack on that one because they're only going on what it usually is and that sort of thing. But I mean, I think you got to stay on top of things, man. And I mean, they do, they follow up on things. And, but that's where, like, okay, I've got this problem going on. They've been doing tests forever and they still don't know what it is. Like, I mean, I've heard of that lots.
yeah,
So I don't know. Anyways, it's unfortunate.
it is.
Yeah.
Well, and there's something that to be said about advocating, especially in Canada, where you have to advocate for yourself to even your doctor, because doctors are overwhelmed here. There's not enough of them. They're overrun. They're busy. Like they don't have the time to take to actually care about your health.
I agree with that. I mean, again, I mean, we'd have to know a little more information about the whole thing.
Well, and
And
that's where
to,
I think I was telling you about this doctor that was that my ulcer doctor, as a matter of fact. The doctor that did my gastroscopy and like I had some polyps in my stomach and he removed them and so forth like that, but he retired. And I went in for a follow-up with him and he was telling me how most of their time is spent doing paperwork and this and that and the other thing rather than actual doctoring because the system is so bureaucrat heavy and I'll be honest, when you live in a socialized medicine system and it's bureaucrat heavy, the money is not going to the patients or to the doctors for the patients. It's going to the bureaucrats who are making them follow the rules and every single rule that's in place.
well, that's why they always like, I mean, you need bodies, there's no question, right? That's undeniable. You need the people. But I find a lot of and I find the government does a lot of that, at least here. I don't follow in the States, but, oh, it's a problem? Well, let's throw some money at it. No,
Yeah.
like, I mean,
Well,
can money help some things? Of course it can. But
let's
to
make another.
blindly throw money at everything, like, well, the health system needs more money.
Wait.
Well,
Oh, well,
it needs people.
let's build a department to figure out what the healthcare needs. Let's do a have another committee to figure out, spend all this money on figuring out what the problem is and then not
And
fix
then
the
don't fix it.
and then not fix the problem.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's, well, I had brought that up in a previous conversation too, is like, it's, why do we not fix the root problem
Yeah.
instead of putting Band-Aids on it? Like, if you fix the problem, it goes away. Now, I understand before anyone, if there's people out there that are judgy, it's like, I know it's not as easy as just saying that. But it's a good place to start, no?
Yeah, and I guess the biggest thing with the system that we have in place here, you're right there too, Mrs. Doe. I mean, it takes a lot to become a doctor, and not a lot of kids are willing to put the time and effort into it anymore.
Yeah.
So, um,
Well, the doctors shouldn't be doing paperwork.
no, no, they shouldn't.
I mean, their number one goal should be the patient, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely, it should be.
I mean, okay, does paperwork need to be done? Maybe.
Yes,
But why does it have to be done? Why does it have to be done by a doctor?
isn't that
Like there-
overpaying for paperwork?
I would think so, yeah, but
That's what I'd say, but
no, you have a better memory than me. But I thought when we were kids and you went in to see the doctor, I thought you paid like $15 or $20 or something.
nope, nothing.
Never? I thought there was something about I remember that from somewhere. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Not that I remember, but I only really saw the doctor. I didn't really see the doctor a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah, but for some reason that just sticks in my head. But I mean, I understand with like you don't have to put any money out front for the, but not that I mean, if you're sick, go to a doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a question. But there's a lot of borderline stuff that
Well,
I
and
just,
honestly, that's where I'm really I'm really liking the system that's starting to come into place here. We have what's called urgent care, where it's not really an emergency, but it does need to be looked at pretty quickly, rather than trying to find a walk-in clinic to get to, which you might not get into. So it does take the burden off the ERs, which are being overused for non-emergency stuff in the first place. I mean, if it's not an emergency, get the fuck out of ER.
well, but if they don't have another option, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and you could say,
Well,
I mean, whatever the numbers are, let's just hypothetically say half, just for a number to use. So if half the people that there don't need the emergency, well, imagine, because people are like, well, you go in, you don't get seen soon enough. Well, there's a reason for that.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, you overwhelm, and it's a lot of times they go in for just nothing issues, but they still have to see a doctor because that's the system we have, right?
Right. Well, my sister's a naturopath, right?
Yeah.
That just, Mr. Doe was bringing that up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I got lots of little ideas, but I just know that, I mean, I know you can't do them because it's just the way the system is,
Well,
but I think they would work.
and
Well,
honestly, I think the biggest problem with having all these ideas, like you're saying, is how do you have the ideas, but who do you talk to? Who do you get? How what possibility do you have to implement any ideas? None. There's really no recourse for the public to input into this system that's already overwhelmed by people who want to input into the system because they're benefiting from the system.
well, it's funny. I, and because I had made a comment one time and I said, I just don't understand why we don't have a better system for EI and welfare. I mean, they're needed. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be there. I think they should be. I just didn't understand why there couldn't be a better system for it. And then the response was, well, yeah, but if you fix that, how many people would be out of a job? And I went, that was an aha moment for me, where it's like, I understand why the government doesn't fix some certain things.
If you
Because
look,
honestly, if you fix some of that stuff, there'd be people out of work.
bureaucrats
I
are
mean,
out of work.
government workers, sorry.
Yeah, bureaucrats. And that's the thing. Since the current governing party came into effect 11 years ago, the bureaucrats have doubled. It's a 50% increase in the public sector of bureaucrats alone.
Yeah.
Unnecessary.
Oh, I agree. I do agree. I just don't. Yeah, it is just so broken. Well, not just that. There's just so many broken things right now. We don't have enough glue to glue it
No.
all together.
We don't. And the other option is to burn it all down, and that's kind of getting scarily close.
Well, I know people don't like to learn from history or know about it. You know what I mean when I'm saying that.
I
but,
do.
It's happened in history.
Yeah.
I mean,
Those
you can ignore history, but they say those that ignore history are doomed to fail. And
doomed to repeat it.
yeah, and like I said, I don't know how much of it we'll see because we're near the end of our lifespan, but at some point in time, this is gonna get ugly.
Oh yeah. Well, you
And
look
that's
at
why
right
I
now.
say whether, I mean, I know people get upset at me, but I really don't care. Um, like Canada, we should be unified. We should be a strong country,
Well, not only
but
should
we're
we,
not.
not only
But we're
should be
not.
a strong country, the, and here's the problems with some of those is we even have barrier trade among provinces as a holdback.
I
So
know.
if
Yeah.
we're individual if we're individual provinces rather than a unified country in the first place, what does it matter if Alberta and Saskatchewan separate?
Yeah, that's kind of what, like, I would rather, I mean,
We're Canadian. We
down,
grew up in Canada. I would love to see a unified Canada. Honestly, I
would,
know where
I
you're
would
going.
too.
I know where you're going,
But
and I agree.
I don't think it's there.
No,
And I bring up, and I mean, I don't know if our friends from the States here understand this because I don't know how their voting goes, but because of our time zones, so by the time they get to Manitoba, so that leaves Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and BC. Generally speaking,
and I just put the axis. Yeah,
the election's been decided. So,
I
and I
just put
mean,
up the axis of evil map again. This is this is the triangle of voting that determines all of Canada's um, all of Canada's leadership. That's it.
well, most of it, but there are some extenuating circumstances, but I do understand what you're saying, yes.
Yeah. Well, you know, we have individual that we have. Yeah, these are that's where all the people are basically in the states. Because I mean,
Right.
let's be honest here.
It's
Anything.
actually surprising that Canada was able to keep that, to be honest. How did that,
Yeah, what the hell, America? Take that fucking back from us.
don't say that. They would. Um, but I guess, and here's where, like, you know, I'm willing to have a reasonable conversation about this is, so the people out east, like, the politicians divide us.
Yes.
Like, we are not Canada. We are
No.
Eastern Canada and we are Western Canada.
Yes.
And they actually foster that. And I mean, you
Right.
can't
Right
blame
from
them.
Trudeau the
I mean,
first. Trudeau
right.
the first had zero respect for anything outside of that little triangle right there. Nothing. If it didn't involve Quebec or the lower Ontario, it didn't matter to him. And that's one of the things where Alberta came very close to understanding that Ottawa, which is the governing capital of Canada, that's where the Parliament, the Canadian Parliament sits. Ottawa doesn't give a rat's ass about anything outside that triangle.
Well, but see, we talk a lot about the system. The system makes them think that way, though. Honestly, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to cut him a break, but you know
No.
what I'm saying.
You're absolutely right. And the system is determined by population, not by landmass, not by area. See, if every province in Canada had the exact same number of MPs, then the vote would be equal. That would be proportional representation. That would give every province the same say in the country. But right now you don't have that. You don't have what's an equity for the Western Canada, because you have to understand that these people down in this triangle have zero understanding of what it's like to live in Manitoba, Alberta, Saskatchewan, or BC. None.
And that's not just their problem. I mean, because that's just the way people are.
Yeah, and they vote accordingly to based on what they're told by their politicians, but and by, let's be honest, the media, which is now bought and paid for by the politicians.
But just okay, so you got that map up there, or you had it up there.
Oh, and I can always pop it back.
But I like visuals because I'm my squirrelitis, causes me lots of problems when because
I actually saved this and left it up here
Yeah.
just in case we needed it again.
yeah, well, we'll save it on your computer somewhere because this will come up again.
Yep.
But just the sheer landmass and and I'm not saying the West is better than the East. So, I mean, it's like I'm preaching that we should be all one, but we're
But
not.
We're not, because there's different cultures.
No.
The Eastern culture is so different than the Western culture. I mean, they don't
Well,
understand the farmers. They don't understand the miners. They don't understand the oil workers. They don't understand all the blue collar jobs that we have going on here just don't happen there. There used to be a vibrant logging industry in Ontario and Quebec, but they've gone against resources by so hard because of the ecological stance on climate change, which is, every day there's more frauds coming out of the woodwork, saying, well, that's not right, that didn't happen. It's 25 years ago. We're supposed to be underwater already, according to Al Gore, but Al Gore was obviously wrong. And why was he wrong? Because he could benefit from it.
Well, and it was funny because he was the first one about the climate, right?
Yeah.
Yet he would fly everywhere
Yeah.
preaching it.
Wait,
It's
big,
like,
oh
how
my,
hypocritical is that?
oh my God, Derek, did you hear one of the big eco forums that they did actually cut down a large section of rainforest to bring in all these high polluters, I should call them, instead of highfalutin, bringing in all these people that are there to save the planet. You're literally killing off the planet to save the planet. You realize how stupid you look, right? No, people still buy into their shit.
Well, but that's where, and this is the first thing I said to you when they were going, when Trudeau was all, anti-gas and anti-oil, and I mean, that's fine if you want to be that way. Like let's just say for a second, okay, you got the power to do it, you can. And I asked you, I said, do they not understand that's part of the things that make the provinces out here have provinces? So if you want us to pay
Okay, 1 second.
equalization,
1 second. I have to explain what a have province is to the people who aren't from Canada or
sorry.
may not understand it. A have province is a province. In Canada, we have what's called an equalization system, where provinces who have less can get an equalization payment from provinces who have more and pay into it. Now, this equalization payment is based on population and earning potential of the province. Now, Quebec, being one of the largest provinces with most people and lots of taxation, and they own their own Hydro-Quebec, is called an have-not province, and they do that because their resources are priced so low that they don't make any money on it, so they don't have to send any out. That's Hydro-Quebec actually reduces the price of electricity in Quebec so that they don't make money. They literally scam the system so that they can take money out of the West.
okay, well, I was only going down the oil. I wasn't gonna go that deep, but I mean, I think if we were to dive into that deeper, I think it might get really crazy and.
Oh, it would.
But regardless, but I'm just the simple thing. He was against oil and I get it. It's what got him votes, right? Like
The climate
hard
nut,
to
yeah.
It's hard to be critical of someone that's just.
That appears to be looking out for the planet. That they appear to be doing something that's good for the planet, even though they don't understand what they're doing.
Right.
And that was.
Well, they're taking advantage of that. Well, I think you said it right. The apathy of people. It's not even so much.
Well, that's
But
the thing.
again, they don't see it. It doesn't hurt them, or it doesn't hurt them the same way it hurts us.
Yeah. Well, look at what he's doing right now. He's spending his time on Katy Perry's yacht, which burns how much fuel, and they're flying around all over the place, which burns how much fuel, and yet we're getting shit on by ministers for taking a family vacation. Excuse the
Well,
fuck out of me.
He's retired now. You don't.
He's retarded now too, but I mean that was the whole time. I
Well,
mean,
not now. I don't. You can't say now.
yeah, he's retarded too. So
No, don't pick on the dearly retired that did so much for our country.
oh yeah, so much. My hate for Trudeau could not be quantified.
But
And
you cannot deny he did a lot for this country.
he did a lot to this country, not for this country. He did a lot to this country.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Now, I'm not saying I hate him so much that I want to see him dead, but I do want to see him in jail for some of the stuff that he did.
yeah. Don't say that online because the police
Yeah.
come to your door.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
We know
but
that.
that's who we are. We don't wish death on anybody, period. That's just
No,
not who we are.
Even if
Um,
we say it, we don't really mean it. But in the community now online, you can't say
Yeah.
that. And,
No.
well, we know that for
Well,
a fact. Dude.
And I
You get in
truly
trouble.
believe that. I truly believe he doesn't deserve to be killed over something like that. He does deserve repercussion for his actions, and I believe having placed the illegal Emergencies Act into place, he does have to pay for it by jail time because it was an illegal act from a person of authority over his citizens, and that needs some repercussion. Because if there's no repercussion, it's going to happen again. And I don't
Well,
believe it's going to
that's
happen
why-
more peacefully next time.
Well, that's why, I mean, it's going to seem like a silly thing to say, but I think he is going to, Trudeau, I mean, he's going to be an influential prime minister in a way that he has pointed out a lot of faults in the system.
Oh, a
Now-
ton of them. Yeah.
Whether or not that gets corrected or anything gets fixed by it, but you know what? He did do that. He pointed out.
All of the fault. Yeah. He basically did everything between the
He
ethics,
took advantage of every possible thing he could there.
every possible loophole he could, he took advantage of. And not just that, he actually broke the law. That's the problem. That's where I'm running into a problem. He broke the law. His use of the Emergency Act is deemed illegal by 2 courts. And that in itself.
Well, and
He
I firmly believe that was planned before it even happened.
And if that's the case, there needs to be proper repercussion based on the actions of the people who did it. Because we can't stop them from doing it again if there's no consequence to it. That's one of the problems with society in itself. Like, I mean, we always say FAFL, right? They fucked around, but they're not finding out. They're getting the loophole. They're not finding out what they did. They fucked around and said, "Oh, we're fine, no problem." No, we need the find out portion for everybody. Consequences need to be had with actions. It's just plain and simple. If I'm
That's consequences for his actions.
what's that? Sorry.
He's got consequences for his actions.
Well, he has to live with Katy Perry.
He's got a pension for life now.
Well, he's got a pension for life. He became a millionaire, a multimillionaire, while sitting as a prime minister who only makes like 300, 400K a year.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I think you can look at a lot of rulers everywhere end up richer than before they went into power.
yeah, yeah.
If you really want to get, I'm sure that, you can darn well bet Trump is way richer now than when he went into
Oh
power.
yeah, yeah. It's across the board, right? They use it for their own benefit in the first, anyways. I mean, some do better. I mean, one of the problems we had when Harper was in power, nobody understood that there were this many loopholes and viable options to scam the system available because nobody used them. $16 orange juice would get a cabinet minister resigning. But that's not the case. Once liberals were diehard dead setting $16 orange juice, it's a
it's a punishable, you know, we got to hang this person. It's a punishable crime. You know, that's what the liberals were basically like over $16 orange juice. And then you find they come into power and they're scamming the system, they're ethics fraud, they're backdooring their friends' uh, contracts. You know, they're doing everything possible to corrupt the system. And you're right. If anything, Trudeau showed how corrupt the system is.
Yep, I think we
How-
should give him credit for that. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being a little silly about it, but I mean, the reality of it is, it's like, you're right, they were there.
Yeah.
Just normal
just-
people wouldn't do it.
Moral people wouldn't do it. Moral people would choose to do the right thing. Immoral people always look to excuse their actions.
Well, that's the narcissist, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do whatever I want, and I can do whatever I want. Is
Yeah.
maybe a different word. I can do whatever I want. And it's like, he wasn't wrong.
Nope.
That's the thing that's what I think people really need to understand is like, come on, people, open your eyes.
And the funny part is, we talk about apathy, and that's exactly how these people get in. It's same with the climate. People are just tired of hearing about it. People are sick and tired of dealing with it. They stop listening. They stop tuning in. They stop being engaged because it's so overwhelming, the amount of crap that gets put in front of you.
Well, but you made a good point. It's like, okay, you were saying earlier, it's like, okay, so you got points, the things you can like, but how do we make anything better?
Yeah.
And I think that's where some of the apathy comes in, is because like, what does it matter what we do?
As a citizen, you feel useless. You feel helpless.
Especially out west.
Yeah.
And I hate to, I mean, I hate the east-west thing. I do. I wish we were all one. I keep bringing it up, I know. Because it's there. It's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
And I mean,
And-
I don't know how this whole Alberta thing is going to play out, but I at least like that they're doing something. I at least like that they're saying, they're calling to attention. I mean, I know it drives everybody nuts, but it's like, at least they're doing something,
Right.
or they're trying to do something.
And that's the thing. Why is it wrong for Alberta to do the exact same thing that Quebec did?
Because it's not Quebec. Or
See,
it's not Quebec, or you're out west. So, because, I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
where
there's
this is
a-
going to go.
there's a double standard to everything coming out of the East.
Right.
You know, that's the problem.
And I mean, they might say the same thing about us, but I just don't understand where we're getting a lot of the perks.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no perks really. So, okay. Let's move off politics again.
Yeah. Well,
So
that's we talked about that. I mean, that's so easy. Well, and the thing is, we weren't really talking about politics. It just kind of
No. It well, that's the thing when
it
you're
affects so much of our life.
it does. It really does. I mean, you look at the gas prices, it's not because there's a war in Iran, it's because politicians are putting a clean fuel tax on it. You know, and the eco crowd is en masse. I mean, it's a simple thing. If you believe that fossil fuels are killing the planet, stop using fossil fuels. You have that option. Don't try to force that option on anybody else, but use your personal whatever to stop using whatever fossil fuels that you deem are unacceptable.
I think, I mean, I do a little bit of that here. Like, oh, I don't believe in that, so I don't buy it, or I don't use it, or I don't. I mean,
It's called personal
just feel-
responsibility.
well, that's the way I look at it, and I cannot. I mean, I like that somebody else does this thing, whatever it happens to be, but I don't control them, right?
Yeah.
I can, if I want to try to help make things better, well, then I got to do it.
I won't go to Tim Hortons because I don't believe that well, for one thing, their food shit, and for another, I don't believe that supporting a temporary foreign worker program where the temporary foreign workers won't leave after their work is done is acceptable. So I don't support that. Any business that uses temporary foreign workers over Canadian workers, I won't support.
Well, and that's most fast food now.
Yeah.
be
No,
honest.
don't get me wrong. There's a difference though. Um, there's some who come here, like, and you find this, especially from the Filipino community, that are hardworking and but I don't see a lot of them as temporary foreign workers. I see a lot of them just moving here and taking lower paying jobs, you know. But they're hard workers. They're good at it. They maintain a level that is a Western standard, right? Then there's some that don't understand, that come from a third world, that don't understand the Western standard of cleanliness. Like, let's talk bathing and deodorant for one thing. Okay,
Yep.
it's a pretty simple concept. I'm not, but yeah. So it's, yeah. You make your decision. Most of us make our decisions based on our own personal beliefs.
Right.
But if we're choosing, and oh, I'm gonna put another one in there, another word of the day, because pusillanimous has kind of run its course here right now, because we're not dealing with too many pussies right now. So,
You must have that saved somewhere. You got to send me that, by the way.
pusillanimous?
Yes.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I just copy and pasted it, but
Oh,
there's a
Another conversation. If another word comes up that you think needs to be posted, I think you should put the word up.
I'm going to. There we go. I just gotta get the text here. I will just give me a few minutes here. I gotta copy this out of here, and I'm gonna send it
Because
to
by
you.
you giving that the definition of that, I don't think it's such a bad thing to call a guy up or call someone a pussy anymore.
It's not. That's the thing. It was been co-opted to be taken as the female body part, right? But it's not.
Right.
It just means lacking in strength, of firmness of mind, wanting in courage means they need courage and fortitude. Being of weak courage, faint-hearted, mean-spirited, and cowardly.
I love it. I love that. It's and just because like that's something I should get on a little card. You know, you start using words that people are going to get their nose out of joint, and it's like, well, what's wrong with that? Like, what problem do you have with that word? Well, you're talking about women. No, I'm not.
No.
But then but if I'm going to say no, I'm not, I got to be able to prove it, right?
Yeah.
And I will
Yeah.
not remember all.
And
I'll
you
have to
say,
have that on.
look up the word pusillanimous.
Yeah.
Okay, let's paste this in here. Yeah, pusillanimous is
Oh,
quite
absolutely.
it is quite the mouthful.
Well, and we shorten a lot of words, right? It's just easier.
Yeah.
Even names.
Yeah.
Your name is about as small as it can get. So
Yeah, 3 letters, and if you can't remember it, I'm gonna tease you forever.
yeah. Just remember, you can spell it the same forward as backwards.
Copy that.
Yeah, the big words. Yeah. So, where was it? I just heard this. They want to outlaw smoking in young kids. It
Oh, yeah,
wasn't in
yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
I know we talked some about that, but when I heard this, I
Everybody
didn't
over
remember.
2000, everybody born after 2008.
But this was the country that was doing it, not necessarily.
Yeah, Canada.
Oh no, but this wasn't in Canada. This was another like one of
Oh,
the Nordic countries or something. Yeah.
Okay, it's a long one, so Hootie's gonna have to go.
Hootie gotta go.
Hootie gotta go.
Hootie can come back next year. But we'll have to post him the week before Mother's Day, so
Yeah.
people don't forget.
Yeah. Okay. And this is I attribute this word, this is a lot of ecological fanatics have cognitive dissonance. They believe that you shouldn't use fossil fuels or even fuels to heat your home, and yet they still do it. It's cognitive dissonance. You know, it's a discomfort they feel because they feel like they have to, but it's really a choice. You choose to. Your belief doesn't match your actions. If your belief doesn't match your actions, you have cognitive dissonance.
Well, but see, the thing is, if they're not a fan of the fossil fuels, I mean, like, think about it. You shouldn't have a car.
Yeah.
You should be making your own clothes, because guess how those clothes are made?
You shouldn't have a phone.
You shouldn't have a phone.
Yeah,
Well, you probably shouldn't go grocery shopping, because guess how it gets to the grocery store?
exactly. You
So start
you
growing
fend
your
for
own
yourself.
food and-
Grow your food and raise your animals. Do your own slaughtering.
More
That's
so
the,
like what it used,
what's that?
more so like the way people used to, like, way back in the day. Like
Well, that's
the old
exactly
West,
it.
right?
They didn't have what we have now. That's called modern progress. What we have now, and our modern conveniences that don't put us back into the Stone Age, basically the Stone Age, and that's what getting rid of fossil fuels does. It reduces all of the progress that we've accumulated and the conveniences that we have, and it puts us back to the Stone Age, where things are brought by wagon cart that take 2 weeks to get there. So you're not getting fresh fruit and vegetables unless you grow them and store them.
Well, the
And
Stone Age, and see that, but you know who should get on board with going back to the Stone Age? All those people that don't want people to have guns.
yeah, absolutely they should.
You throw rocks at each other.
Yeah, feel free.
Sorry,
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, our education system. Well, yeah, Gingy and Drew's education system did, because I
Yeah.
threw big words at them all the time. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Look it up. I know what it means. You don't know what it means. That's why we have a dictionary.
Yeah. Well, we had talked about this before, because I actually have it written down. Like, what is the dictionary now? Because people just seem to change words to mean
Mean
what they
whatever.
want.
Yeah. When that's the
So-
problem, right? And that's
Like,
that's
so
the whole.
why not a dictionary anymore?
I think that was like episode one, our very first actual stream. We wanted to start defining things in a meaningful way that wasn't changing the meaning to fit somebody's ideology, rather than meaning what it actually means, because words have meaning.
Well, we were taught that they did.
Yeah.
You know, the only one thing, I know you're not really 100% on board with the statement, but you know the old, like, sticks and stones will break your bones, but names will never hurt me?
Yeah.
Words can be hurtful.
Words can hurt you emotionally, but not physically.
Not physically. But no, but there again, that's just another meaning, right? Like, everything needs a better definition, or well, not a definition, explanation. Sorry.
Well, yeah, what we need is a stable dictionary. You're right, Mrs. Doe. We need something that's gonna say, no, just because you don't like it doesn't mean we have to change it. This is what it means.
Well, there should be, well, a set of general rules where, like, I'm sorry what you believe, but this is this.
Yeah.
Like, like this word means that. It just does. I'm sorry, you don't get to change it. Like, everybody wants to change everything. And I mean, change is good. I'm not saying change. It's not about the change. It's just, don't change the facts.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense to me. Like, why would you hide history?
Well, you hide history when you want to repeat history. It's one of those things where
Oh, good point. I didn't think of it that way. I always thought if you ignore history or hide it, you're doomed to repeat it.
when you
It
want to
didn't
repeat it,
dawn on me. It
there's
didn't
people.
dawn on me that their intention was to repeat it.
It's especially important to understand that that's why historical communism is not taught in universities. They don't teach how communists killed people, how there were breadlines, how the socialist system was a net negative in every means, way, shape, and means in communist countries. They don't teach that because they want to repeat it. They're
Right.
teaching people that, oh well, it was just done wrong. No, it's never been done right because it can't be done right. That's the thing. In all cases of communism, it has killed population. One of the biggest killers, one of the biggest murderers of civilization has been communism or socialism.
You know what we should do? We didn't do it last week. We talked about it. Because we're getting close to 8 o'clock, I think we should shift our focus here onto a topic that we can research, that you and I can research for next week to have a discussion on. Because we've been lacking on that.
We have, and it was hard to come up with a sponsor this week when we don't have a topic, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know why because we were using a very broad topic, and it's like, well, but there's so many different headings under that. And so I think we need to narrow it down to something where, and I mean,
Any suggestions out there?
I was
Well,
gonna say, if there's anyone still listening or on at the moment that says, hey, why don't you talk about this? Please. It's always a good idea to throw that up there because sometimes our little minds don't go where they should. And I mean more so mine, but I've also admitted I've got squirrelitis, so that's
yes, he does. But a constant theme in our talk is honestly dictionaries and the definition of words. The keeping definitions alive and meaning what they're supposed to mean, not meaning what people want them to mean.
right.
And I think that's an important one. That's why the word of the day came. And I think we need to continue with that.
Oh, for sure. No, I think that's great because that sort of covers our whole definition thing, right?
Yep. I just sent you
And we
the
talked about that too. Is like we're going to talk a lot about definitions because it's like just because you believe this, and that's not the definition of it.
well, it's easier to discuss things when the definition is solid. When you can both agree on the definition. Like let's look at the definition of a woman. An adult female human. It's pretty simple. But not everybody agrees with that, right? So if you can't agree with that definition, how do you define if you can't define a woman, how do you know you're a woman? Or how do you know what a woman is? So you have to be able to define something to know what it is.
That's a good. I'm going to use that in not that topic, but that whole thing about definition. So when you're having a discussion with someone, it's like, where the heck are you going with that? I think a logical question would be, wait a minute, what is your definition of this?
Oh, and I
And
wouldn't
then-
even
and
ask that. I'd ask what the definition is, because it's like asking somebody what their truth is. The truth is not subjective. Truth does not change. Oh, you're kind of locked up there for a second.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Truth is not yours or mine. Truth is truth. Truth is what it is. Truth is an objective fact.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not what you believe, not what I believe.
And-
We're just on here chatting and bullshitting about stuff.
Yeah. And a
But we're also
definition,
very, very careful to get the definition though.
yeah, a definition should be an objective fact, not a subjective ideology based on what you think it means. And that's where we have to be careful when you said, what's your definition? It's what's the definition. We need to find the exact objective fact definition so that we can have a proper discussion.
Right. Yeah. So anyways, we always get off topic of a topic.
We do, because there's so much, especially with definitions, because it annoys me having now. I know it sounds stupid, but I've actually read the dictionary. I don't remember all of the dictionary, but I've read it. Just because I'm stupid
Yeah.
like that sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of
Well,
my words
and
come
you-
from.
Right. And you're capable of doing it, so that's fine. I mean,
Yeah. Like a lot of the words are basic and simple and stuff like that. And then you come across a fun one, right? You know?
Right.
And then, oh, that just works for, I can see how that would work in this, that, and the other thing. So, yeah, definitions are important. And now let's go to topics. What would you like to hear about? What do you want to hear our opinions on?
yeah, I mean, well, and the thing is too, if people like, that are listening and add in every once in a while, I mean, they don't get to talk, but they can certainly bring stuff up that'll get us going, right?
Yep. Oh, exactly. I mean, Gingy has, Mrs. Doe
And-
has, Shell has.
Yeah, for me, the more they do that, the better our conversations are going to get.
The more varied it'll get. Definitely. We will definitely get more. Oh, okay. Well,
and
our
for me,
our Discord is kind of private right now. It's just us two. And that's just because I haven't set it up to do anything but for us to stream. And I think it could be overwhelming sometimes to have a Discord like that. But
well, we might be able to grow into that, but I mean, especially like you've done a lot of this.
yeah,
Just this is all new to me, so
yeah. We might move into that yet, but right now we'd like active conversation to
Yeah.
to see what we'd like to discuss.
well, I mean, if there was a spot where somebody tomorrow or the day after says, "Hey, what about this?" I mean, if there was a spot they could, well, I suppose they could email us, right?
They know me. They can find me on Discord. They can send me a private message too. Most of the people here have me on Discord.
Actually, Mrs. Doe just said the same thing. They think of things when they're not online. It's like, exactly.
Yeah. If you want,
Yeah.
if you're out there, you know me on Discord. You want to shoot me a message of something you'd like to hear our opinions on, no problem. Because that's what they are. There are opinions there, and we may be wrong on some of them. And if we're wrong, we want to know too.
I was gonna say, I'm using this as much as I mean, I enjoy our conversations, always have. But there's a lot in this world to learn, and I'm busy enough that I'm just not gonna go learn things
Yep.
because.
Yeah.
So all the extra stuff I can learn while we're doing this, all the better.
Yeah. So don't be shy. And if you want to correct us, that's fine too. As long as we have,
Especially a lot of the stuff out of the States, right? Because
Yeah.
I don't know much about the States. And I mean, because there's people in the States, I mean, the more they chime in, the better.
yeah. As long as we're having constructive dialogue, that's all that matters. Constructive, respectful dialogue. And I'll be honest, even if Trudeau came in and was talking to us, if he was respectful, I would be the same way. I'd say, listen, dude, you screwed up. Like I'm not gonna say, I'll tell anybody they screwed up. Like let's be honest, this is me being respectful. If I think you screwed up, you're probably gonna hear it. But come back at me. That's okay. Just let me know why you think you didn't screw up or why you think I'm wrong. It's all
Well,
good.
And it's like you said, we're not always right. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody's always right.
No.
I guess more so, we don't think we're always right.
Yeah.
But if we're wrong,
And we don't.
you have to tell us, you have to tell us constructively and be nice about it that we're wrong,
Yeah.
and we will listen. I understand there's not a lot of people out there that will listen. We
Yep.
will.
Yep.
And because we're not here to try to convince anybody to join our cult. We don't have a cult.
No. It's cultless.
But you know what I mean. It's like we're not really here to coerce anybody or anything.
Although
We're
if
just
you
our-
want to join a cult, I think the spaghetti strainer monster is, or the spaghetti, what cult is that? Spaghetti monster cult?
didn't you brought one up a week or two ago?
I think I did. It might have been the spaghetti monster, flying spaghetti monster cult.
No, I
Yeah.
don't remember it, buddy. Um,
Oh, I do enjoy a good cult.
One of your I think it was one of your not your words, but our sponsors.
Oh, one of our sponsors. Oh, that could be. There's
Oh,
something.
that's gonna bother me now, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, there we go. Next week, cults.
Ooh.
Look up cults, and you know what?
Well,
There's-
okay, we can each bring a cult to talk about.
Yep. Okay,
That's actually a good one.
I already have one or two or three. There's always a VOD, Mrs. Doe, and it's on YouTube, and it'll be there forever. And the YouTube is just the same.
Yeah, that's actually a good one. Oh, but there's some. I probably won't spend. You'll probably find a really good one because you spent some time digging up.
Well, I like this random stuff too because cults have been an interest for me. It goes along with horror and sci-fi and real crime, right? Because I mean,
Right.
you look at the one saying where drink the Kool-Aid. That's based on a cult that killed themselves,
Yes, well,
suicide by Kool-Aid. That is a loaded subject, yeah.
Jonestown.
Jonestown, yeah.
Yeah, the Kool-Aid, yeah. And they were talking, well, because I watch a lot of that on TV, and they were talking, because that was cyanide, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were talking about that as one of the worst ways to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he didn't even
Okay,
take it
this is
himself.
next week.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's okay. I'm not going to go there because that's just such a.
It was a
stupid-
tragedy. It was a tragedy.
Oh,
Horrific,
but
horrific tragedy.
the thing is, he didn't even take the Kool-Aid himself.
I know.
Big ass punk.
Because that's what cult leaders do. They don't follow their own dogma. They use it to make other people follow them. It's all about the narcissist.
Okay, we'll have to save that, but
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I mean, when we talk about whichever one we bring is cults might have to be a two-parter. Well,
It might have to be.
well, I think it could be more than a two-parter, to be honest, but well, because there's so many out there, and I think
That'll be definitely a part of it, Mrs. Doe. How and why people get sucked in, not just the cults, but yeah, the cult ideology.
I've got I don't know, there's some good ones, but I might actually just do a little research on that because there's going to be so many more out there that I don't even know about. But
Oh yeah, and I was going along with one of the fun ones that I know about, right? And I do tend to prefer the fun cults over the scary, dangerous cults because they can be harmless for the most part, and that's what this one is.
some of them maybe start out to be that way, but then the leader gets that taste of power, and
Yeah,
you want to talk about a narcissist. There you go.
yeah. Oh, that is the quintessential position for a narcissist.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, okay,
But-
we better let that go because there's going to be so much to.
Exactly.
So
But there again, though, that's, I mean, it's a great topic. Let's run with it. But that is such a big topic in its own, too.
it really is. It really is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I got it written down now, so I'm not erasing it. I wrote it in ink, so.
Yep. Nope. That's good.
Calculates. Yeah.
So last week we rated out to Gingy, but Gingy's not streaming tonight because she doesn't think her headache is going to subside. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take us over to gaming, and it's a lady that I know that we know she's very nice and you know, most of the people here know her anyways, so they'll be comfortable just moving in there.
Right.
So
Well, that's kind of a good way to do it, right?
yeah, now I don't know that I follow her with this account.
Well, I'm gonna run anyways because I haven't even eaten yet, but
Okay, just give me.
I mean, late, but well, I'm not
Can-
gonna run just yet. I'll wait till we.
Yeah, I'm just gonna find her real quick, and
No, Mrs. Doe, we appreciate your idea on cults. We'll go with that. You
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have to narrow it down for us.
no, we are good. So let's go here. We're gonna follow her, and then we're gonna go back to my channel, back to our channel, and we're gonna raid. Oop, that's not the right one. Yes, that's the one. And she's a lovely young lady. So, there
Well, I mean, if you know each other on other,
yeah,
I mean, then it's not that big a deal, and especially if you're taking people that are in that group too, right?
yep. So there we go. I'm just gonna go to the end scene here, and we'll say our goodbyes at the end scene, just so you know that we're leaving you. We're gonna be heading out to Miss Britt in just a couple seconds here. So thank you all for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the chat and discussion. We will see you next Monday, and it's going to be about cults, which should be an interesting product.
Well, and I think the sub stories that can come out of that.
Yeah, that could be
Will-
very interesting.
Yeah, if we really wanted to, we could essentially talk all on that.
Yeah, that could be a continuous topic.
Right.
Because it's
I
fun.
mean, we don't really go that way because, my squirrelitis helps because I'm all over the place.
Oh, we got 10 seconds here, people, so have a good one.
Have a good evening.